yeah. Yeah. Like, swords up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it 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 up. Hey, throw them swords up, throw them swords up. Where you at? Where you at? Throw them up, throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Where you at? Throw them up, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Dani in the house, in the house. Avengers in the house, in the house, in the house, in the house. Swords up, turn up. Let's get messy, let's get nosy. Let's go. Give him the tea, give him the news, give him the biz, give him the mess, the mess. Swords up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up, where you at? Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Where you at? Throw them up. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Who gon' check me? I'm playing chess. You playing checkers. Checkmate. Next caller. Swords up. Up. I don't like you. Can't stand you. If it's up, then it's stuck. Get stuck. Swords up. Up. You're mad. You're pressed. Got your bothered. Got your triggered. Swords up. Throw it up. Throw it up. Swords up. Throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Throw them up. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Let's go. Start the show. Symbol, we in chill. Let's go. Avengers, assemble. Lights, camera, action. We ready. Stay ready. Swords up. Throw it up. Swords up. Throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Throw them up. Then slice. Yeah. Like, swords up. Throw it up. Swords up. Throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at?
Why you acting like I'm free? Look at me, do I look free? Walk in the room, twisting my hips, eyes on me. They can't resist, it costs money. Yeah, you see me, it costs money. Can't get a freebie, too classy, too bad, too real to play. I don't step out cheap, I slay all day. You see the fit, you see the drip. Every little thing costs time and tips. So my message is simple, pay me bitch. Don't ask me for shit, that's disrespect. Shake, drop, bounce then freeze. Look at me, do I look free? Do I look free? Nah, do I look free? No, time is money, pay that fee. Look at me, yeah, me. Do I look free? Hell no. Look at me, look at it, look at it. Do I look free? Nah, bitch, I ain't free. You better pay me. Bitch, I ain't free. No, pay me my fee. Look at me, look at me. Hey, look at me, look at it, look. Do I look free? Do I look free? Free. From my head to my toe, bitch, it ain't free. Natural hair costs money, my hairdo costs money, my nails cost money, everything I do cost money, from the hair to the nails to the lace. Give me my money or get out my face, bitch, yeah. Do I look free? Bitches better pay me. Time is money, so here's the question. Do I look free? Bitches better pay me. Look at me, look at me, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look. Do I look free? Nah, bitch, I ain't free. Better pay me, bitch, I ain't free. No, pay me my fee. Look at me, look at me, look, look at me. Hey, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look. Do I look free? Do I look free? Free? When I twerk my ass and shake my ass like this and grind my body like this, twerk my body like this. Do I look free? Ride the beat like this, thrust my hips like this. Do I look free when I drop it low? No. Do I look free when I hit that pose? No. Do I look free when I make that clap, turn around, throw it back, make it stack like that? Pop my coochie like this, throw it back like that. Bitch, pay me, this body ain't cheap. You see the drip that cost me sleep. You see this ass, it move on beat. I'm fine, I'm paid, I'm not for free. Do I look free? Do I look free? Nah. This shit costs money, time, and peace. So bitch, pay me my fee. Look at me, look at me, look at it, look at it, look at it, look. Do I look free? Nah, bitch, I ain't free. Better pay me, bitch, I ain't free. No, pay me my fee. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Hey, look at it, 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 look. Do I look free? Do I look free? Why you acting like I'm free? Look at me, do I look free? Walk in the room. I don't like a dumb beach, never like a dumb beach. You a dumb beach, a real dumb beach, and I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. Like you, like you, like you, like you, like you, like you, like you. I don't like you. You go to DB who? That's why I don't like you. That's why I can't stand you. You go to DBU. That's why I don't trust you. Never trust a DBU. They all fake, they all snakes, they'll snake you. Try to play you, but they too dumb, so they look dumb. Two-faced hoes think they know everything, but don't know nothing. Acting like they know, acting like they know, acting like they know, acting like they smart but need a head start. I don't like a dumb beach, never liked a dumb beach. You a dumb beach, a real dumb beach, and I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. Like you, 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 like. These bitches is mad. I got mad. Stay mad. Stay stressed. I got me stressed. Stay stressed. I make them mad. A mess. Stay pressed. Stay pressed. A mess. Stay pressed. Stay pressed. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you mad or you sad. Living with your deadbeat dad, bitch, you sad. You going out bad and you built bad. That's why you mad. I'ma fuck you up, then leave you on red. If it ain't about the bread, I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. You stay getting beat, you stay catching heat. That's why you mad. Treat me like a joke, I'ma give you this smoke. This smoke. These bitches is mad. I got mad. Stay mad. Stay stressed. I got them stressed. Stay stressed. I make them mad. A mess. Stay pressed. Stay pressed. A mess. Stay pressed. You losing sleep over me, watching me, stalking me, stressed over me all day and night. You worry about me, depressed over me, biting off me, copying me. You wanna be me, you'll never be me. You'll never see me. I'm out of your league, out of your reach. I'm in my own zone, in my own lane. I make you move, I sunned you, I clowned you. That's why you mad, and you going outside, sad. These bitches is mad. I got 'em mad, stay mad, stay stressed. I got 'em stressed, stay stressed. I make 'em mad, a mess. Stay pressed, stay pressed. A mess, stay pressed, stay pressed.
It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana.
What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Smash that motherfucking like button on your way in. Smash that like. How y'all doing? Child, it just be more and more stuff. Like, listen, it's almost Thanksgiving, child. We should be worried about turkey and them damn candy apple yams and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck? We over here. It's like a mess. Child, I'm waiting for my turkey wings and my sweet cornbread, my collard greens, and my neck bones, smoked neck bones and stuff. You know, that's what I'm waiting for, child. Okay? And all y'all people out there that talk about sugar don't go on cornbread, well, I don't want your cornbread. I don't want it. If I take a bite of your cornbread, it don't taste a little bit of sugar, then you could keep it. Okay? And if you got a pot of greens and you ain't got no smoked meat and a bunch of smoked meat in there, I don't want your collard greens. I better see some meat because when I get my, I start scooping those collard greens, I want the meat. I love the meat. I want those people you have to watch. You have to watch me because if because I might try to get all the meat out the greens. And by the time it's your turn, you're like, where the meat at? I'm like, my bad. It's on my plate, bitch. The fuck. That's the best meat. The meat that's all soaking in them collard greens. That's the best meat, bitch. Ciao. The meat is on my plate. Okay. Ciao. And then y'all know there are some people that they say a prayer right before you eat, and it's right to the point, straight to the point. Now we already know that everything already be starting late as it is. It's already late. Everything is late, and everybody behind. And then now when everybody say the food ready, and now we almost at the finish line, about to eat. And then they say, who gonna pray? And then, somebody got to pray. And it's got to be the long-winded person that's talking about how they had to harvest the food and how they had to plant the food and just going down the whole line. And, I'm sitting there, opening my eyes, like winking I'm like peeping through, like, you almost done or what? Because, like, you still talking. Okay, you still talking, like, it's time to eat. Shut up. Well, you can't say shut up because you can't be like, shut up, But then they finish and then, everybody eating stuff. And then, have y'all ever went to someone's house for Thanksgiving and y'all want to be the last one at their house? You never want to be the last one at the party or anywhere because they're going to start looking around for who going to help clean up. You got to leave just in time. You got to take your to-go plate just in time before it's time to wrap all the way up. You're going to end up mopping and cleaning up and wash the dishes and all that kind of stuff, child. You have to get out of there. Get out. Child, I messed around one time saying a little late talking. Next thing I know, I got the broom and I'm cleaning, I'm mopping. I'm like, hold on, child. So I came here to party and eat. I ain't come here to clean up shit. I'm sitting there getting stuff out the tables and folding up some chairs. So I got to make sure. I see why people leave a little early. So I ain't staying too late no more trying to talk and, still trying to, I'm getting the hell out of there. Okay. Got me that time, but you don't keep on getting me. Okay. Mess. Now there are times where I am like something takes over me that I feel like cleaning up a little bit or helping out, because people have done that to me when I hosted events. They stayed behind and try to help out. So I have done that, but sometimes I just want to just go have fun and get my ass back home. And then so you never want to stay too late because you got to clean up, and you never want to come too early because you got to set up. So you come too early, you got to help set up and blow up balloons and set up this, set up that. And you leave too late, you got to help clean up. So don't come too early to help the setup. Sitting there at a kid's party, coming early, and then next thing you know, you blowing up balloons. You all out of breath before the party even start. Okay, y'all better get one of them little helium pumps and blow the balloons. Okay, So anyways, let's get to the main topic. So Maggot, I hope you ain't over there dancing to my songs, because Maggot like to dance to my songs. I'm gonna tell you right now, Maggot, my song "Do I Live Free" is not for you. Because you gonna say, "Do I look free?" And I'm gonna be like, "Hell yeah, you look free from your head to your toes. You look free, okay? Free from everything. Like you don't use no shampoo. You don't use no conditioner. You don't use no comb. You don't use no edge control. Nothing. To be honest, you barely got any edges to control. They are, and the ones you got are out of control. They everywhere. Okay. Free from even any hair leave out that cover them damn tracks, okay? And you're free from bleach that kitchen nasty, like it's so you look free from your head to your toes, so that song ain't for you, okay? So anyways, so let's get into the topic of Evangelist Val. And for those who don't know, Evangelist Val has, reactivated just to pretty much make a video to address the public on a few things. So we're gonna get into that. And then also Stacey B has made a public post as well. So both of these people have made a statement on two different issues. I will be going over both people's postings, and then I will be going about my day. Okay. a mess. So who should I start with, Evangelist Val or Stacey B? I'm going to start with Evangelist Val. What, child? Listen, help is on the way. Come on, somebody. Huh? You mean to tell me? You think to tell me? Okay, so let me stop playing. Okay. I'm going to fully address this situation with Evangelist Val. And I'm going to, walk y'all through this as clearly and respectfully and, of course, factually as possible to set this record straight. And we can move forward the right way. Now, what I am saying today, I'm closing this issue as far as I am concerned with Evangelist Val. I cannot control any other content creators and how they choose to handle this information and receive this information. I can only say that I am addressing this situation, and then I will then move forward away from this certain specific topic of the health condition. Okay. Now, if other topics pop up involving her, that's different. But as far as this health thing, I'm going to move on from the health topic after I address it this time. Okay. And shout out to Sean Davy Way in the building. What's up? Make sure y'all subscribe to Sean Davy Way. And by the way, please don't try to conquer and divide on me and Sean Davy Way, because it's not going to work. Okay. I don't have a beef with Sean Davy Way. There's no issues. So please don't try to conquer and divide nothing, because it ain't going to work. I don't know why y'all been trying that for all these years and it never worked before. It ain't going to work now. So anyways, next, let's see. What I want to say. And by the way, for some of y'all actually new to the space. Sean Davy Way has known Val or been around Val for a lot of years, and some of y'all are new to Val. So how can y'all tell him about Val? And he been here for years, such as myself. Okay. So anyways, first of all, I want to acknowledge that Val did take accountability for what happened. As far as the health topic goes, let's be specific, because I want to maybe people say, "Oh, hold on, it's not a blanket statement for a full accountability for everything." I'm saying for this certain topic I'm talking about right now, here and now. She admitted that she was pretending to be her sister. Yes, you heard it. Val has admitted that she was pretending to be her sister. She admitted that she sent low-key that message. And she admitted that she said certain things because she felt kind of pressured and wanted people to back off. Get off me. So I want to give her credit for owning up to that. It takes, a little courage, a lot of courage to actually come forward and to confess and admit to doing that. At the same time, we also have to be honest about the impact. When someone tells the public they flatlined or almost died, people react emotionally. Of course, people are going to care, and some people are going to feel like they're in a panic or really concerned because of things that have happened in this sector where we have lost people even as of late, whether you fucked with the people or not. That can be a certain thing. And yes, I understand the one she admitted it, but still made excuses as to why she did it. I am pertaining to the first part, which is actually coming forward and admitting to what she did. Now, as far as asking like forgiveness part, as far as justifying or making excuses, I think it's kind of obvious. And I think most people in this sector already kind of understand that Val did it because she's trying to get people to back off her. So I think that's an understanding. It's an understanding of why she's doing it. Okay. And so it's just now it's confirmed. So I think a lot of people already have a speculation. Press 1 if you already kind of speculated this, but you just didn't really have a confirmation. Press 1 in the chat. So, so people are going to, you see some ones in the chat. So people, this is nothing. I gave this analogy before where people have, like, let's say someone, I hate to use this as an example, but let's say someone, like hips don't lie. Like hips don't lie, coochie kai. Pop that coochie, pop that coochie, baby. You got, anyways. Like hips don't lie. He believes that he's in the closet, but we all know the closet is crystal clear. He's not in the closet. He think he's trapped in the closet like R. Kelly, but he ain't trapped in there. We see him. We got that good Windex and see-through glass, and we see you right there. So he think he in the closet, but he full on out. He 10 feet out the closet. So if he comes out the closet, we're not gonna really be surprised if he comes out because we already know, Mr. Hips. Okay. You put your hand up on your hip. Well, you dip, we dip, I dip, whatever, child. Listen. So Val, a lot of people already knew that Val be, like that this was something that this health thing was not real, that she was using it to deflect and things like that. So she might thought that she had fooled people, but most people already knew. So she might as well just come on out with it. Y'all understand? Like most people already speculated this or, but we just come on out with the truth. So I just feel like for me, this is like not like, oh my gosh, I'm shocked. Oh my gosh, wow. This is just a confirmation of what I already know. You see what I'm saying? And I think some people already knew that it was, Val pretending to be the sister as far as that goes. So are we really surprised? That's just confirmation that, okay, it is the sister, but I already speculated that. I'm sure most of y'all have. No, I'm not saying all. So this is just confirmation of what people are speculating. And no one can really come forward and say something without a receipt. That's why we have to have a receipt or investigate before we can accuse. Okay? So when Val sent that message pretending to be her sister, the one saying she flatlined, I want to say that low-key did believe it. So low-key broke down crying. She broke down crying. She genuinely believed that Val was in a life or death situation. So she did react from a place of concern and not manipulation. So low-key didn't ask to use my platform to manipulate or lie to me. She asked to use it because she really did believe this situation. this incident of a recent flatline by Val. Um, and let me be very clear about this. Like I said, low-key was not involved in any lie as pertains to that. And there are some people in this chat that were like, prayers for Val, oh, Val. Some people do believe or did believe that she did flatline. And to that, I do apologize, because that was even said on my platform. And since it was publicly said on my platform, that's why I'm publicly addressing and retracting that information. And so low-key, I want to be clear, was not being deceptive. She was not playing any games. She actually broke down crying even to her husband about Val flatlining. She got this text message from Val saying to pretty much that, you know, Vandal's Val have that was Vandal's Val's sister, and that I'm actually gonna read the message, so I don't want to say the wrong thing. Okay, let me go back and read it again. Okay, and then from there, I was contacted because Val instructed Loki to find somebody's platform to kind of give this message out, because I guess she was supposed to be in such poor condition and health that, you know, Loki needed to address it or go somewhere on a platform. So Loki was reporting this as a friend to what she believed was real, and Val has acknowledged that herself. Okay. So the message was Loki, this is Val's sister. She flatlined again tonight after that damn live she did trying to apologize to Stacy. But you know what? Since we already know that this is Evangelist Val, since we already know it's Evangelist Val, I might as well, you know, don't try to change my voice into the sister voice. It's Evangelist Val. Low-key, this is Val's sister. She flatlined again tonight after that damn live she did trying to apologize to Stacy. Please tell these women to leave our sister out of their shit. She was fighting to live every day. Huh? Come on, somebody. I don't know if you can get on someone's channel or not. Come on, somebody. But Eric will sue these bitches if my sister dies behind the constant battering and abuse through social media to a disabled woman. That's what you're gonna do, causing pain and suffering or leading to death? That's a promise. I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. So then, you know, Loki did respond, you know. She pretty much was saying you don't ever have to say sorry for defending your sister who you love dearly. I'm so sorry that she has to be bothered by any of it. And then she says, Bonnie, I will see if I can get someone to allow me on their panel. And, you know, I did, because Val is someone that I care about, you know. And when Loki reached out that she wanted to update on Val's condition, I'll be honest, I had not 100% kept up with all Val's IG posts and Facebook posts. And the reason is, let me tell you, I'm a person that's private, right? So I don't really go on people's IGs and Facebook just creeping around unless I'm investigating or looking into that person. So I automatically give people privacy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, people, even my mods or other people, I don't go just clicking around people's pages. I don't do that, because I like my privacy, so I don't go clicking off on this and that. So all that was like all these postings she been making on IG and stuff, I don't really click around there. Now, initially, I will say initially, I did not. But once I started to do an investigation or look into things, then I did. And I'll get into that later. So when I was contacted, I had not kept up with every little thing, but I did see that on her community wall, on her YouTube post, she did post something. Now I did look at that, and I did see that in her hospital bed. So at that time, I can only speculate. So when she said it, did I believe it 100%? Hell no. I no. But can I actually accuse her of lying? And I seen her in the hospital bed. I don't know 100% everything that's going on. Not really. I have to do some research. But let's be clear, 100%, I will say I do not believe it. But what can I do or say when it's about health? So I didn't fully believe the story either. But I did allow low key to just come on here, and I said I'm giving her the space to give this update on Val, which she did. Okay. So I had my doubts, but doubts are not receipts. And I even get on to DBU and others by going live with speculation and guesses without a receipt, because that's not a good look. Speculation is not evidence at all. And I'm not going to get on this platform to accuse someone of lying about their medical condition without concrete proof or evidence. Because what if I had been wrong? And then what if she really had been in a medical emergency? That then I would be in the wrong. I would be in the wrong, and everyone would be like, oh my gosh, Dani said she was lying and she was telling the truth, and I'd be hammered. So I had to move accordingly. So I can't just jump on something on speculation. But, so I did wait. And I asked questions. I looked deeper and kind of probing into certain things. And I'm not going to go into full detail on what I did, but I paid attention to details and things like that. And once everything became clear, and once Val told the truth and I had actual receipts, and then I could correct the record. Okay. So here are the facts that everything is confirmed. Now that everything is confirmed. Okay. That was not her sister messaging. It was Val. She did not recently flatline. She did not recently have surgery. So she is saying that was from an earlier October incident where she coded and not anything recent. And because my platform was used to share this story publicly, my platform also must be where the correction happens and the retraction happens. That's how you keep integrity and, of course, your credibility. So, as far as going deeper into this situation and a little bit beyond this situation, a lot of times people get into messy situations, drama, conflict, negativity, and things like that. And when things start spiraling, they can feel cornered, overwhelmed, embarrassed, and try to look for an escape. And there's sometimes, there's a whole thing of fight or flight, and then freeze, of course. Those people, and then, of course, some people actually distract from it. Others will possibly shut down, and others lash out, fight. And then there are others, like in this situation, they create a medical emergency or some sort of crisis or emotional crisis to get people to back off. And I'm not really trying to say this to shame Val. I'm saying this because it's a cycle, and it's important to break it. Okay. That's all I can really say. And the truth is, you never really have to make up a health issue if you simply avoid those types of predicaments and situations that create this issue in the first place, that create the pressure and the angst and the drama and this overwhelming feeling, this overwhelming need to escape. if you stay away from the mess, which this is a messy sector, so really, it's hard to stay away. Wait a minute, we gotta pick up the likes on the video, please. That's a free way to what support my channel. So if you avoid like messy conflicts and drama, then you don't end up feeling like you need to lie your way out after things blow up. Okay. So avoid trying to put fires out here or spread fires or putting fires, and then you don't have to try to worry about extinguishing it, and things like that. And avoiding chaotic situations or certain predicaments, then you won't feel like you have to find a way to escape from it when people are confronting you or responding or reacting to your behaviors. Because in life, your actions will always generate a reaction, and that's pretty much life. Okay, that's life. And that's in this sector or any sector. Even if she moved sectors or went to a different sector, it still can create the same issue. And even in real life, that same issue. If you cannot handle negative feedback, especially from hundreds of people or dozens of people or different people, it's best not to give them a reason to have that negative reaction or judgment. Okay. And with that, everyone will react to Val differently. And I just hope she learns from this, and of course does not continue any of this behavior, because like I said, I don't hate Val. So if anyone expected me to go in on Val, I fully drag her. I don't hate her to that level. Now, if she was an op, if Val was an op, a full-on op, then I would hammer her, like, like I would go harder. I'll be honest, but this was already, do y'all understand? Press 1 in chat. You understand this is already hard for me to do. This is already a hard conversation for me to even have. It is, because it's not like she's an op, and it's kind of like I'm not trying to betray anyone or anything like that. However, my platform was used to disseminate this information and spread this false information. And everyone knows I pride myself on credibility and integrity. So I have no choice but to come forward and retract it. I told everyone of you all, and I love y'all. I did tell y'all, like, on this platform, I allow this message to be put out. Now, I didn't knowingly do so, but it was here and it was used to put out Val's update. And now that update was false and misleading and wrong and a lie, I have to be honest with y'all, as I have been. Like, I pride myself on being honest with y'all, and we are factual based on receipts. So as a creator and as y'all's, I love y'all. I'm going to actually correct it. That's wrong, because a lot of y'all were sending prayers and love and support to Val, and it's based on, this is my platform. Okay, so with that being said, this is a hard conversation, because I have to think about, I like Val, and I've known her for years, and I'm not trying to throw her under. At the same time, it's not about just that. This is something that became public. This is not something that was private or something. This is something that was publicized and made public on my platform. So with that becomes journalistic. I'm not saying I'm a journalist. I am a person that has a platform. I have people that believe in my platform and trust what comes to my platform. And to keep it that way, I have to keep the fact that if a lie is told on my platform, once I am aware of it, then I have to immediately retract the information. So with that being said, anyone that reaches out to me or anything, understand that if you lie to me and I find out, I will have to retract it, and you will be exposed. Because if it's told publicly, I have to retract it publicly, because I have my supporters and my avengers that ride or die for me and support me and trust and believe in me. And my avengers, I hate to say it, well, not really hate to say it, but my Avengers come first on a lot of this because these are the people that really ride for me and support me. I'm not gonna lie to my Avengers for and protect you and lie to my Avengers. I'm not. So with that being said, yes, I love Val, but not to the detriment of my platform and not to choose all my hundreds of people that are regulars and support me over to protect the lie. And it's not my lie. I didn't tell this lie. I didn't make up this lie. I didn't um I didn't do this. I didn't say this. I didn't make it up. I didn't plan this. I didn't plot this. This is nothing. So why should I suffer? Or why should I be the one that takes a hit for something I didn't do? So with that, I still want to apologize because my platform was used for it. So hopefully you understand that when situations like this occur, I will come forward and retract as I always do. Like unintentionally or intentionally, a retraction is a retraction. But yeah, like I said, I do hope Val learns from this. And I'm not doing this from a place of hate, even though, to be honest, I will add humor to it because I'm a humorous person. From day one, I always add humor to receipts, okay, to lighten it because I do. Um, and again, this is not she might see this as an attack or exposed, but it's a retraction, and the retraction is what it is. So I'm not here to attack. I'm here to retract. So I'm not coming from a place of malice. I want her to grow. And I didn't even go live. Like I went live immediately once the other day. Press 1 if you know I went live immediately once I realized it was fake. I went live. But I did take a day or so off to gather my thoughts and process this whole situation. And because I was in a rock and a hard place between Val, who I love and everything, and I've been around for all these years, and then my platform and my Avengers, and I'm like stuck. And I already know I'm gonna come forward, but I just have to give Val time to. I want to be fair and give Val time to come forward herself. So in the conversation with Val, she has come forward herself and made her own video. So I hope everyone understands that I'm also a fair person to where I'm going to allow someone to try to take accountability, to own what they've done, and try to come to some sort of reasoning as to how we can resolve this issue without a war or some sort of big escalation. Because it could be a war between me and Val. That's where it could have led. But I'm not trying to war with Val and like go into this big old thing. I just really want to address this issue, okay? So yeah, I do wish the best for Val and want her to be okay. I'm not trying to hammer her in, okay? So I'm not trying to give her no Dani Montana and do all that. I want her to find a better way to deal with judgment. I see some of y'all with those y'all need to stop with those reactions. Y'all, I'm gonna get my belt on y'all with those reactions in the chat, okay? Y'all so messy. So I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm true. I'm not trying to. I wasn't trying to do no Dani Montana or no full expose or any of that. I just want to resolve this thing right here. So, with all this stuff. So I just want her to find a better way to deal with these confrontations and conflicts in a healthier way and definitely a more truthful way, okay? And like I said, people will support your real health issues. So nobody needs to make up health issues, embellish or exaggerate or anything to get attention. And if you want people to back down off you, there's other ways of handling it. Throughout time, I have always, not always, but for the most part, I have an open inbox. I have an open line of communication. A lot of people know that they can reach out to me and have a conversation. I've even shown that I've had conversations with people before it escalated, where we talked behind the scenes. They clear things up, we clear things up, and then we move on, and then it doesn't escalate. So there are ways to de-escalate a situation. Sometimes just hitting a live and hitting live and hitting live, then there's going to be a beef. Sometimes there can be private conversations where you don't go hit the live, and then it doesn't escalate. So I think a lot of people do more of trying to resolve issues without the public spectacle. But I mean, that it doesn't always work, because now let's be honest, y'all, I'm in beast myself, so that doesn't always work. When I say that, I'm talking about people that are friends or once was cool or something like that. I'm not talking about no full-on ops, because that's not gonna work. Like, you stay the fuck out my inbox if you're a full-on op. I'm talking about people that are, we're cool and before things fester or get out of control, those people can reach out and kind of like the issue. So as far as the medical storyline, we're gonna actually listen to Val's video. Okay. Now, let me actually say this as well. Val definitely needs to be held accountable for what she has done. I'm not justifying, I'm not excusing it, I'm not calling her on enabling any behavior. Okay. I just want y'all to understand that I'm not Val's op. So since I'm not her op, I'm not going to be hammering her in. That will be, to be honest, in my opinion, that's going to come across as, if I just start, if someone falls out with someone and immediately starts hammering that person tooth and nail and going full throttle in, that's fake. Okay. So that's not going to be me. So I'm not saying what other people might do, but it's not going to be me hammering Val in like she's some full on op when she ain't. Okay, this is something that I had to address and to fix and clarify. But yeah, like I was saying, Val has addressed it, so we're gonna watch her video. I have corrected the record, which I immediately did once I even got one good receipt that it was fake. I went live the other day. Now, when I went live the other day, I confirmed that the flat line was fake. And now today, I'm letting you know that the whole thing about the message from the sister to low key was also fake. That wasn't a sister, that was Val herself. So now I have completely corrected the record on this issue. And like I said, low key was not a part of the Val's plan. So we gotta listen to Val, her own words, kind of let you know that if low key wasn't a part of this either, I wasn't a part of this whole thing. But like I said, what you can always expect from me is this: if something inaccurate comes out of my platform, or was said on my platform, knowingly or unknowingly, unintentionally or intentionally, I will correct it the moment I have verified receipts. Now, again, I cannot correct nothing with no speculation, because the moment I speculate and just come on here with some assumption or belief, people say, where the receipt at, Daddy? Where the receipt? So I cannot go off no speculation. So yes, I have had speculations, but I cannot go off that. So I will correct it the moment I have verified receipts. The receipts have to be receiptings and not no rumors or no guesses or assumptions, receipts only. So my loyalty is the truth first, no matter who is involved. So no matter who is involved, that is going to be it. Now, at the same time, please don't get on here thinking I'm a snitch. Okay, now I'm gonna add this, insert this right here. There are sometimes things, I ain't no snitch. This situation is not about a snitching situation, but you can understand that there are other situations where I might know something about something or something, and I ain't telling y'all shit because I ain't no snitch. This situation is different. This is about correcting a public record, okay? So don't be thinking like, oh, I got this friend or that friend, I'm gonna be on here telling y'all, okay, I'm just clarifying. I'm thinking, oh, she gonna tell us everything. I ain't gonna tell y'all. There are some things that I ain't telling y'all shit because it ain't nothing to do with none of this stuff right here. Okay, this is something that was behind like a public lie that was told. So I'm publicly clarifying. If something ever happens behind the scenes and I know something that, whatever, whatever against the op, then fuck, I don't give a fuck. I'm just being honest. I ain't no snitch. So let's understand the difference between clarifying a public record and snitching. Okay. Yeah, because I will say this. And when you're warring with people and beefing with people, sometimes you gotta match energies. And sometimes when people you can't bring a fist to a gunfight. Sometimes you gotta bring a gun to a gunfight. So, that's how I'm gonna leave that right there. You gotta match energies with these motherfuckers. Okay? When they go low, you go straight to hell sometimes. So in that regard, I'm not no snitch. But when it comes to something like this, where Val used my platform to put out a lie, I have to go live and publicly clarify. Okay. So what else can I say? Oh yeah, let's go ahead and listen to Val's video. I've been talking for this long, but let's listen to what Val had to say. It's a short video. Okay.
It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. Hit that light. Dani, Dani, Dani Montana.
Oh, let me fast forward. It started off with no sound.
Everybody in here. I don't know if it's even working. This will be like my 4th time doing it today. Dani. Okay. All right. Good. So this is what this is.
Okay, let me get some shots really quickly. Shout out to OG Tan Baby in the building. Thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. Happy anniversary. And also thank you so much for the fan funding super sticker. Yas and the Yas again. Shout out to you for the fan funding. Also shout out to Judy Coles. I appreciate you for the cash app. Again, shout out to Judy Coles. I appreciate the cash app. Also shout out to Low Key. Says love you, girl. Love you too. Mwah, I appreciate it, Low Key. Thank you so much for the cash app. I appreciate the support. Shout out to my mod, Sharon in the building for gifting memberships. If you are gifted memberships, please say thank you for the gifted memberships. Also, please put some hearts in the chat that show love to Sharon for her generosity of gifting those memberships. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Where are all the hearts? Shout out to LaShawn in the building. Thank you so much for renewing your membership. Again, shout out to LaShawn for the renewal. And shout out to Skilo in the building. Y'all, something y'all. I appreciate you for gifting memberships. If you're gifting memberships from Skilo, also please put some hearts in the chat. Wake up, y'all. Are y'all awake? I put some hearts in the chat to show love to Skilo for their generosity of gifting those memberships. I appreciate it. And everybody else, remember, support my channel for free just by what? Hitting that like button. Right now, we have 236 watchers and only 155 likes. Y'all are not showing enough love today at this likes button. If you're just getting here, please support my channel for free. That's all you got to do is support it for free by hitting that like button. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into Val's apology. Hold on. Or, her video, should I say. Or her, well, I wouldn't say apology, but what I gotta see what it is fully. Hold on.
I am just making this video for.
Well, should I say confession? My bad. Hold on.
My subscribers and people who are interested in me, and have been following my health journey. I want to clear up any doubts or questions or things that you guys may have over any of the situations that have been going on over the last couple of months. I want to give a positive timeline and we're going to go back to October. So October the 6th, I was going to have surgery to, we talked about my esophagus and my stomach and some things. We didn't get into detail, but so I had that surgery on the 6th. And all my levels, like my white blood cell, red blood cell, iron, everything was off. And my doctors didn't want to send me home. So I had to stay overnight. That afternoon on the 7th, I had a seizure. I fell out of my hospital bed. And during that seizure, I aspirated into my lung. I went into respiratory failure. That would have been when I coded on October 7th. From that day on, I was in ICU. You all have seen that video of my sister recording me walking. And while I was there, I had, they had me on the liquids and the food, the feeding and all of that. So 7th to maybe the 16th, I'm still unclear on that, but I think it was the 16th. I was in ICU. They let me out one day. I was doing pretty good, so they let me go home. Back here around November 1st, I think it was, the reason I say around is because when it comes to days, I do have an issue with that. But November 1st, I had to go back in for my esophagus because I needed a hiatal hernia repair, to have a mesh put in because I was still struggling with stomach acid getting up into my mouth. So that was a procedure. It was not a surgery, but I know people thought it was. I don't know where that surgery came from, but it was a procedure. And let me pause. I know that some people understand this missing tooth. Some people don't. I got this missing tooth a long time. I want to say back around this time last year when I fell and had a seizure in my living room. I had a tooth fitted in place there, but it kept popping out. So I have to get a special tooth. And so I've been waiting for that tooth to come in. But for the most part, I've been kind of ashamed of it. I'm really learning lately not to be ashamed of who I am, like in a big way. And so I just free myself from that. It's a tooth, But anyway, so I was back in the hospital for just 3 days. Had another issue with the same problem here over the weekend. When this whole thing blew up and everybody was like coming for me, and we were going back and forth, and I was on incomings and the girls were on incomings. I was having anxiety out of this world. Now, if you know me at all or have ever followed me, I talk about anxiety. I talk about how I live with it, how sometimes it controls me, sometimes I think I control it, and how it has been a real problem in my life. It has. And when I start having these anxiety attacks, my mind goes into overdrive, and all I can think about is what can I do to help myself. The night that Loki came to
now I want to actually clarify, my goal is, look at the title, clarification. My goal was to retract about the whole information as far as the flatline issue and that was actually Val and not her sister sending the message. Okay. So now that has been corrected, that's my retraction. Okay. Yeah. And then Val is, according to her, she's going to be taking a break from YouTube. We will see. We already know that a lot of times she says that and she does not really take a break or, hiatus. So we will see what actually happens. And again, I'm not here to hammer in fully on Val at this moment in this time. So I'm here, I've done my part, which is to correct this information, which is that it was not a flat line and that that was not her sister. Okay. Now I'm sure other creators will probably respond and react and things like that. Okay. Yeah. So I've done my part. What more do you want from me? What more do you want from me? Like, what more do y'all want from me? I'm doing my part. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I did my part in this whole thing of correcting the record. Okay. So now we can move forward with this portion that I am involved in as correcting the record.
Dani or the morning and said that I have flatlined Loki to help myself. The night that Loki came to Dani's or the morning and said,
yeah, she came to me in the morning. Now it was a morning. Low-key came to me and wanted to pretty much use my platform to give an update on Ivana's Val condition and things like that. Now, like I said, once she gave me the update, and she fully said certain things, I will be honest, I didn't 100% believe it, but I cannot say I don't believe someone's health condition or predicament without any medical records or receipt. Everyone knows you can't really do that. I mean, you can, but for credibility, integrity, you can't really do that because it can backfire if you're wrong. So it's best to proceed with caution when someone reporting on someone's truth or not when it comes to medical. If you don't have a receipt, it's best to just shut up. So that's what I really did. But let's be clear, I was not really 100% believing it, but there's nothing I can really do about it without a receipt. And then, as you can see, within a short amount of time, I did get receipt and confirmation. So that's when I did come live and retract that information. And then now, the last portion was about the sister, whether that was Val or her sister. And it turns out that it was Val and not her sister sending that text message. So then now with that receipt, then I can now come live to correct that part. Okay, so I did my job as far as correcting that disinformation, right?
That I have flatlined. Low-key got that from me. I sent Low-key that text because I wanted everybody to leave me alone. I had flatlined and coded back in October. And I just used that thought and I text Low-key and I said, Low-key had no idea it was me. She thought it was my sister. So Low-key did not lie to you guys. Low-key told you what the truth of what she thought.
So yes, that text message was telling Low-key to go live on someone's platform and update on Val. It said this is Val's sister, and it actually was Val. Now, I already believed that it was Val. And even in my last live before I had confirmation, to be honest, I went ahead and said wink, wink. Press 2 if you heard me. I said Val's sister, wink, wink. but I didn't have 100% receipt to just be 100% full on. But I just felt like 100% instincts that it was. I was like, wink, 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 wink. So now with a real receipt and real evidence, like I looked into the situation. It is Val and not her sister as expected. But I just had to,
from the text. And she took that to Dani, and Dani never lies. So Dani told what she thought was.
Now, I'm not going to say I never lie, because then that would be a lie. Because even a white lie is a lie. So I'm not going to say all that. Okay. Yeah.
The truth from Loki. The lie came from me to Loki, from Loki to Dani, and from Dani to you all. And I'm here today to say, first to Loki, I love you. And I apologize for putting you in that position. Second to Dani, you know I love you. And I would never, ever want you to look like you are playing in some kind of game or playing. Sometimes I think I control it.
So right here, Val is pretty much saying that me and Loki have nothing to do with this whole thing. So people don't try to spin anything as this is some sort of plan or plot between all three of us when it's not. This is all on Val. And like I said, when I was contacted, it was to give an update on Val and her health. And everyone had been following her health and to actually see her in the hospital bed in the hospital. So this was supposed to be, to update on health and things like that, and update on what Val had to say about certain things. So I did provide a space, okay? And like I said, to be honest, I think some things happen for a reason. Providing my platform and use to provide a space also allowed me to kind of get information. And then that allowed me to kind of, confirm things. You see what I'm saying? So maybe it was meant for this to happen. So then I could get receipts and confirmation to kind of like, about this behavior, right? So that could be a reason.
And how it has been a real problem in my life. It has. And when I start having these anxiety attacks, my mind goes into overdrive, and all I can think about is what can I do to help myself. The night that Loki came to Dani, or the morning, and said that I have flatlined, Loki got that from me. I sent Loki that text because I wanted everybody to leave me alone. I had flatlined and coded back in October, and I just used that thought, and I text Loki, and I said, Loki had no idea it was me. She thought it was my sister. So Loki did not lie to you guys. Loki told you what the truth of what she thought from the text. And she took that to Dani, and Dani never lies. So Dani told what she thought was the truth from Loki. The lie came from me to Loki, from Loki to Dani, and from Dani to you all. And I'm here today to say, first to Loki, I love you. And I apologize for putting you in that position. Second to Dani, you know I love you. And I would never, ever want you to look like you are playing in some kind of game or playing favorites, or that you are with the shit. Dani had no idea. Hell, look, it was me. I freak out. I have anxiety. I want people to leave me alone. I did not understand why.
Then she take the video. What happened to the video? This video is private. Now, Val, why you put the video on private? Val, what are you doing? Oh, child. Now, I hate to say this. I really hate to say this. But I have to say, press 1 if you know I got the video already. I'm just saying, like, you already confessed, so now, you know, like,
you're used to seeing them act. Withdraw the knives. You don't have to stop fighting, but withdraw the knives. But Dani or the morning and said that I have flatlined. Low-key got that from me.
Yeah, so shout out to Gail. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate the support. Yes. Shout out to Gail. Let's see what she said. She says, Dani, the one and only. Mwah, I appreciate it. Some roses. Shout out to you. I appreciate it, Gail, for the Cash App. I appreciate the support. And let me give a shout out again. Shout out to Ms. Body. Thank you so much for gifting memberships. If you are gifted a membership from Ms. Body, please say thank you for the gifted memberships. And please put some hearts in the chat to show love to her for her generosity to get the memberships. Again, please put some hearts where the heart's at in the chat to show love. And shout out to Marsha. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Sending some virtual roses right back at you. And everybody else, remember, support my channel for free just by what? Hitting that like button.
Keep that text because I wanted everybody to leave me alone. I had flatlined and coded back in October. And I just used that thought and I text Loki and I said, Loki had no idea it was me. She thought it was my sister. So Loki did not lie to you guys. Loki told you what the truth of what she thought from the text. And she took that to Dani, and Dani never lies. So Dani told what she thought was the truth from Loki. The lie came from me to Loki, from Loki to Dani, and from Dani to you all. And I'm here today to say first to Loki, I love you. And I apologize for putting you in that position. Second to Dani, you know I love you. And I would never, ever want you to look like you are playing in some kind of game or playing favorites or that you are with the shit. Dani had no idea. Hell, look, it was me. I freak out. I have anxiety. I want people to leave me alone. I did not understand why the tension and the huffing and puffing was so strong on me that day. I was like, and I sent it. And Loki got it. And she believed it. So she told Dani.
So yes, Loki did believe it. So Loki has nothing to do with this situation. So shout out to Loki. She actually really cried and broke down crying once she heard this information. Okay.
But after watching all of this stuff go on and on and on and never stopping, I realized that I'm not trying to lose any more friends. I'm not trying to be without people who love me and people who trust me. I'm not doing that anymore. And so I needed to stand up for Loki and Dani, and I needed to apologize to you all as well, because it's not fair to have you believing something so terrible had happened when it did happen before. Now, some of y'all might not have even heard that, the whole flatline thing, and some of y'all might have been right there and heard it. But whoever heard it, it wasn't true. Okay.
Yeah, so that was not true. And again, to anyone that it impacted as far as emotionally or anything, I apologize as well that was put out, and even on my platform, even though I don't have anything to do with it, it was my platform. So I do also sincerely apologize for that being placed on here, whether it's not really my fault, but I'm still apologizing, and that's why I'm now retracting. And definitely now, before the holiday, everyone can kind of have some sense of relief that Val is not on her deathbed at right now, because that's what it implied, that she was on her deathbed. You know what I'm saying? So now people can have, before this Thanksgiving, this can be a resolved issue as far as that not being true.
I want y'all to know that wasn't true. Dani had no idea it wasn't true. Loki had no idea it was not true. And while I'm out here, I was going to be real short, but I'll do.
And then, so Loki had no clue at all. So this is not her on her. And like I said, she cried when she heard this information. And even when she reached out to me, she was really sad about this. Now, like I said, I had my doubts and speculation, but I had to kind of swallow it, because I cannot accuse someone of lying without a receipt.
I want to share something with you all. I have always advocated for mental illness. Okay.
Now, for Val to do something like this, which is abnormal behavior, do I believe that she has mental health issues? Yes. Or something going on here? Yes. Abnormal usually means something is abnormal. However, I think she should have just cut the live there. As it progresses, it's now going into justifications and excuses. It's not 100% just sticking to just confessing and leaving it at that. Once you start going into more justification and excuses, it's kind of like veering away from the actual intent and purposes. However, I will say, not many people will actually make a live confessing to something like this. They will just, could y'all actually see Jag doing this? Could you actually see Jag doing this? Like actually confessing to anything or confessing to lying about anything? Not really. Okay.
We get up here and we read each other down and we dog each other out. We read each other for filth. But I do want to say this. Sometimes when people seem like they are not acting themselves, or they are not acting like you're used to seeing them act, withdraw the knives. You don't have to stop fighting, but withdraw the knives. Put the guns away. Put the guns away just for a minute. Sometimes when we are having these vapid battles and we are fighting so hard, and I'm not talking about anybody because I do it too. When we are going in and we're down, back and forth, sometimes somebody needs a break.
So even right here, she's trying to get people to back down and not to hold her accountable, which is what we said before, that cannot be a thing, to try to get people to back down. or, you know, put the stories away, put the, you know, it's trying to get people to back down and not hold you accountable. Again, we have to understand that when you do certain things, people are going to respond and judge and give commentary or respond to it. It's not going to be positive. So you have to eat it. And the only way to avoid it is to not do it. If you like talk behind Stacey's back and she's your sister friend, people are going to call you out on betraying a friend, a so-called friend. If you lie to people and say that you coded and that you Lisa, I'm not saying this is an apology. I said confession. So let's be clear. I don't see this as an apology video. I see this as a confession video. And there's 2 confessions in this video. So press 1 if you understand that I said this is a confession video as far as the confession to what I am saying that I'm retracting. So I'm not saying this is an apology video. So please don't say Dani said this is an apology. I said this is a confession. Y'all wanted to know, did she flatline recently? The answer is no. Y'all wanted to know if that was her sister or her, and the answer is her. So I am correcting those 2 bits and pieces. Now, are there other things and other things going on here? Yes, but I told you that my goal is to correct those 2 things that are put on my platform. And that's it for now, okay? Okay, now we don't know how things are going to progress and go, but I did say, so I'm keeping up my end, which I did say that I'm just going to focus on those 2 things. Okay, because I did say that. So I do keep my word if I say, you know, that she's going to confess to these things, and then I'm not going to hammer in on other things. So press 2 if you understand that. So I'm only doing this to keep up my end, that once she confessed to these, I'm not going to hammer in full throttle Danny Montana mode like I would normally do. And then we're going to see where that goes and how things will progress. So I would just say, bear with me and take things in stride as to what I said. You know, she has made this confession video, and I have to keep up my end where I said, you know, that I will only focus on this flatline and this whole retraction issue. And are there other issues? Yes. I'm going to be honest. There are other issues. I'm not oblivious. I'm not dumb. I'm not naive. I'm not stupid. But I said that I will only focus on these 2 topics in this live. And that's the flat line in that. Okay? And then moving forward, we'll see how things progress and how Val chooses to move forward or not move forward. And again, that's only from me. I cannot control other creators and what they do. So if you're wondering, like, okay, she did this live, why did she do it? No one is going to go live and confess. Obviously, we had a discussion where she would confess to what she has done, and I would not go in on other things. So there was an agreement there. So that's why I'm behaving the way I'm behaving. So I hope y'all understand that. I'm not saying I'm law enforcement, but sometimes they, you know, they do certain things like this as well, where they focus on certain aspects than others due to some sort of agreement or something. Okay. Yeah. But let's be clear, there are other issues, but these are the issues for today's live. Okay. Yeah. And then also, yeah. So let's see here. But yeah, so I'm not seeing this as an apology video at all. For me, apology video is something without any excuses, without any justifications, without any ifs, ands, or buts, and any excuses. That's an apology video, and a sincere one. This is a confession video about 2 things. 1, that she did not recently flatline, and 2, that was not her sister texting low key. It was her. So those are 2 confessions, and you got it. What more do you want from me in this one live? So in this one live, just bear with me that those are the 2 focus, the focus points are the focal. Okay. And I'm hoping that, you know, And keep in mind that this is not like a full-on op, so I'm not gonna just. I'm trying to allow her the opportunity to better and to. This was our agreement that she would just focus on these two things for now. Yeah. So hold on.
Sometimes somebody needs a break and they don't know how to ask and they don't know what to say. And sometimes they end up bringing a real weapon to work or a real weapon to school because up here they forgot what's real. Trust me when I tell you, sometimes somebody has forgotten what's real and they cannot escape this land here and step into that land there. They don't know the difference. And it all becomes one thing, and they start to live out that whole entire one thing until somebody taps them.
Yes, I have to admit, I am giving her some grace. I'm not going full throttle. And I'm being honest the whole time. I'm not going full throttle on Val because Val, I don't consider her an op like that. I'm holding her accountable, yes, but I'm not going full throttle. And should I go full throttle? And would I go full throttle if she was an op? Yeah, but also that's like it's kind of like this. I'm also not a fake person to where I'm gonna go all of a sudden I'm just gonna go full throttle and give her some sort of other treatment of a op treatment like that, like from 1 second to the next. Like 1 second I'm like cool with someone, the next I'm just hammering in full. That's just too much. That gives me the vibe of fake. So I'm doing a middle ground where I'm holding her accountable for these recent things. And at the same time, I'm not hammering in and going full Danny Montana. That's weird. Okay. It's weird to me that's weird. That's for her ops to do and not me to do. That's my opinion. But am I disappointed and am I still, to be honest, this is actually, I am exposing Val. If you're honest, this isn't exposed. Who has seen something like this before with Val where she is exposed to this level? Let's be honest, this isn't exposed. So I think that some people are wanting a full, like for me to go full throttle, and I'm already exposing her as it is. So bear with me. Like I'm not a fake bitch to be sitting here just going full throttle on somebody. That's weird. Okay. Lord, y'all should be happy that I'm even doing this because like, let's be honest. Most people wouldn't do this to someone they fucked with at all because it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, so I still have to retract incorrect information, but understand I'm not gonna hammer someone in that I'm cool with. It's weird. Yeah. Now I will say this, and I'm not trying to issue any sort of threat or anything. If someone like starts to do off stuff and go for me and hammer and call me a liar and do too much, then I will kind of switch up. I'm just being honest. So as long as she moves a certain way and I move a certain way, then that's another thing. But I mean, I don't know what can happen from each moment to the next. I'm just being honest. But as of right now, I'm not trying to do that. I'm still, yes, giving some grace. But do I expect everyone to give grace? No, because this is a sector and this is a space. People are going to give their commentary and their thoughts and their opinions. Some people are going to dissect everything, and she has to live with the consequences of that dissection. I'm just saying that I'm not going to be the one that does a dissection. But do I expect others to do a dissection? I'll be honest, yeah. I do expect others to do a dissection. Hold on.
And it all becomes one thing, and they start to live out that whole entire one thing until somebody taps them on the shoulder and says, hey, YouTube is not real life, or Instagram is not real life. Do you understand that this is not your real life? Do you see the effect it's having on our marriage? Do you see the effect it's having on how you're raising our children? And then all of a sudden, boom, it's blown up. So what I'm saying is, if you are one of those bad girls, one of those bad bitches, one of those women or men who can read the house down and who takes no prisoners, please listen to my mental illness plea this morning. Withdraw your swords. And
So right here, when she started saying withdraw swords, I'm like, Val, swords up, swords up. The swords are already out. Just not at full, really trying to really use them or anything. But the whole thing about putting the truth out here, that's already out. Because we have to protect the fort. Hold down the fort. The fort has been invaded with lies. The fort has been invaded with a Trojan horse. They put the Trojan horse inside the gates, and we let it in. And now, we let it in, thinking it's like the Trojan horse. And then, then it turns out to be something else in it. It's a lie. So now we are securing the fort, and we are seeing that we have to expose this lie that has been put in here into our place. Now it's a cleanse, child. Now, what I'm hoping is I'm not going to continue now that I got rid of this out of here. So now I'm not going to try to continue this dissection of everything. Now, if it comes down to that, then obviously, then I have no choice. But as of now, the agreement was that I would just focus on the certain matters that's in front of me right now. I'm not trying to do a complete dissection unless it comes down to that. Okay. Y'all know. Okay. So hold on. Let me give a shout real quick. Shout out to LaShawn, says you're always steps ahead of the bullshit. # screen recorded. Child. Y'all know, because that happens in this sector. People go live, they delete it or put it on private, thinking that, that's going to end things. And lo and behold, I already screen recorded. Yeah. So, what is it saying? Avengers, y'all know, oops, you dug too slow. If you dug too slow, you dug too slow. It's already screen recorded. It's already downloaded. It's already captured. It's too late. So why do you think I wasn't really like, oh my gosh, that's in the show? No, the show must go on. The confession must continue because, yeah. So yes, before I went live, I already, yeah.
in your guns just a little while. Give the person on the other side time to breathe so that they'll know it's not real, and so that they'll realize they don't have to go into that mental battlefield, that place where they're holding all their pain and suffering, all the things that people did to them a long time ago, that place where they're thinking about how they never won and nobody ever loved them and nobody ever cared for them, and they're thinking about all the knives and guns that have been up against their body for so long. That place. Remove your guns and your knives long enough to let them breathe, please. Because somebody.
So right here, Val is still doing the thing where she's trying to get people to back down. Okay, the swords are not up to try to, if the swords were up to where I am really going after you, Val, this live would have a different tone. My voice would be a different tone. Everything would be so different about this live. So this live is not about trying to really just, to be honest, in the way that it could actually go. You are actually being given grace, and not a complete dissection into every little thing, every little thing. I'm trying to really stick to our agreement, which is just those two things. You didn't flatline recently, and that was you pretending to be your sister. As agreed, I'm sticking to those 2 topics. So this live is giving you grace. And some people are going to say you shouldn't get any grace because this lie you said, if we are completely honest, the lie that you told is really, really bad and things like that. So, now you might not like the feedback and the things like that, but in actuality, I am giving grace, okay, in this situation and not hammering in. Shout out to Miss Marmar. She says she can't clear someone or be honest. You can't clear someone or be honest if you private the video. Where's the integrity? Val insists on getting in her own way, admit wrong, and leave it there. Yeah. And to be honest, I kind of felt that the video. Now, this is what I will say. I kind of felt that the video would be privated, deleted, or something would happen with the video. Why do you think I recorded it? If I really 100% trusted it would remain up, I would not have felt the need so quickly to record it, even while she was live. Like, I'm not, yeah. So I'm not stupid by a long shot or dumb. So, like, I already kind of expected it. Now, am I disappointed? Yes, I am, because like you already made the confession video, so then why take it down because you're not liking the feedback? But am I surprised? No, because as you can see, I have it recorded, so that means I had an expectation. I had an expectation that it would happen. That's why I still have it.
Somebody is going to pop. I love y'all. I send you all the love of God. I give you everything I have as a human being in flesh and blood. To God be the glory.
So, Regina says it's horrible to play with your friend, telling them you flatline all to cover your butt from all the lies and fakeness. Exactly. Now, I am going to cover those topics, the topics we're talking about, and that definitely is wrong. Wrong as all get out to lie to your friend and have them then go lie to someone else, unbeknownst to them, to cover yourself or to get out of trouble. That's very much so wrong. There's no way to justify or excuse that. And that's why an apology should come with no excuse or justification. There's no justification for the behavior. Now, do I believe that she does have mental health issues? Yes, but we have to be honest here. We also cannot weaponize mental illness as a reason for the actions either. So that was that video. Let's go ahead and get into a little bit of Stacey B because I'm not trying to stay live for too long. So Lisa says, I'm not getting the apology. Yeah, that's not an apology. There are justifications and excuses and deflection there. At the same time, I would just call it a confession, and not a complete confession, but the confession of two things. So make sure when you're out there speaking on the video that it's only a confession video, and there's two things that I am retracting and for correction for. One, that was not Evangelist Val's sister sending text messages to low key. That was Val herself. And two, Val did not recently flatline or cold when she said she did author Stacey's live. Okay? So this is a confession video for those two statements and those two things only. And even within this confession video, there are certain things that I take issue with as well. That, you know, as far as other things, if I were to completely dissect it and go off the topic of those two statements. However, the agreement was that I would focus on those 2 statements I need to retract. And then from there, Val was going to take a break from YouTube and work on herself or work on whatever she needed to work on. So we will see if that actually takes place. Okay. I'm not at this time dissecting everything about Val from every video, every live, everything that has ever happened. I'm not dissecting everything at this time. Okay. Oh yeah, happy belated birthday to Jelly Bean. Yes, yes. Again, shout out to you, Jelly Bean. Happy belated birthday. Make sure y'all put some birthday balloons and birthday cake. Her birthday was yesterday, so birthday balloons, birthday cake in the chat for my girl Jelly Bean. Mwah. Have a happy birthday. So now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Stacey B, and then I'm going to end this live because I am tired. But I did wanted to go live and to at least give y'all a weekend update. Hold on. Now, when it comes to Stacey B, I made a live and I was asking her for clarification. And I want to say, Stacey B, my issue with Stacey B is that I would have to say it's semantics. It's semantics of how things are discussed and presented and stated. And I do believe that, hold on. So this guy came into my inbox, the one from the Diddy trial, the escort, the male escort, the Punisher. He came into my inbox, says, "Hi, I'm a fan of your videos." He's the one that was talking about the penis pump and Diddy in the corner frapping off, like frap. He says, "I'm a fan of your videos. I wanted to ask you about a YouTube video you had of my transcript from the Diddy trial. The way you narrated the voices was so entertaining. I tried to view it today and it's gone. Could you let me know where and how to access it, if possible? Thanks." That video, it's a war zone, so I privated some videos. When it's a war, you private videos. And I'm realizing more and more that we're such a circus in this sector. We're a circus. And on YouTube, we are people's entertainment. We are people's entertainment. I realize that a lot of times people drop down or mention me or say something about me. I'm like, I can see I'm people's entertainment outside of this space. Am I that crazy? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? A mess. Yeah. So anyways, I wonder why he followed me. So I guess he wanted me to unprivate that video. But anyways. So what I think about Stacey B is the semantics. And I don't have a beef with Stacey B. And again, I don't really plan on making a bunch of lives on Stacey B. I just feel like there's a back and forth with semantics, and that could be very annoying. Okay. So when it comes to Val's confession video, which she, discussed, Val's confession video only said 2 confessions. One, that she was making fun of Stacey B's fake leg, allegedly fake leg, whatever, right? And then 2, that she was talking about Stacey B's illness being fake, her cancer being fake, right? So those are the 2 things she was discussing and talking about. That's the only thing that she said in the confession video. So I was taken aback and surprised when Stacey B keeps on saying that the confession video confessed something new or was all new to her. I'm like, how can it be new to you when you knew those are not new topics? So then now when she has made a community post and sent me more messages, I'm saying, aha, your whole thing and the dilemma and problem is you keep on going off of intent. So you knew the topics, you just didn't understand the intent. The intent is what matters to you of whether Val believed it or not believed it. I guess at the time she was acting like she didn't believe it and she was just playing along and going along with it. And then now you have the understanding that she did believe it and she wasn't just playing along with it. So that's not that you didn't know the topics itself. That means you just didn't know the intent. So it's a communication issue or a semantics issue or I don't know what issue. But it's not that hard to comprehend or understand that if I keep on saying you knew the topics, you did know the topics. You just didn't know the intent behind the topics. But and yes, when you hear a recording, like as Gina said, that's going to be different. When you finally hear someone's words saying it, but what the words they're saying are still based on the same topic. So this is how my brain works because I make mental notes. So if you tell me the two topics are that you were supposedly mocking your fake leg and not believing you have cancer, those are the two topics, right? So if you keep on telling me that this is new and that's new, and you always keep on saying the two things, I'm like, those are not new. Those two are old topics. So let me say this. The fake leg and the fake cancer, those are old topics from weeks ago. And there has been no new topics besides the my charts and the documents. That's a new topic. But the other stuff is old. So for clarification, I'm going to actually pull up the receipt so I can actually show y'all for a better explanation. This is, so Stacey B, I would call it the case of the semantics. She knew the topics and the content, but not the intent behind Val's actions. And I'm here to tell you, at the conclusion, you'll come to understand that Val has never changed her intent. I keep on saying Jack because, to be honest, people act the same around here sometimes. I hate this, but no shade. Val has recently said on Io's channel that she was just playing along with it. Press 1 if you heard Val on Io's panel say that she was just playing along with it. Even recently, Val said that she was just playing along. She actually didn't believe it, that she was playing along with the ops on the phone. I might have to pull it back up and play it again. So Val's intent and her excuse or justification is still the same. I haven't heard Val say I purposely and I believed it. I still heard Val say she was playing along. So now Stacey B is saying, well, Val, now I see that she believed it. Well, Val is still saying she played along with it. So Stacey B has made a community post. Now with the community post, there is two community posts now, Stacey B, because one is your original message that I did screenshot, and the second one is your edited one that is still up now. So of course I'm gonna make a comparison between the original that you had up first that I read until now, the edited version that you have up now. And please, people can edit what they want to do what they want, but obviously, if you have one version that I see, and then later there's an edited one, now I have to make a comparison to see what changed and why. I think that Stacey B had, she was in her feelings. Like once she heard about Val and Low Key and Roxanne and others talking behind her back, I think she was in her feelings about it. I mean, who would be in their feelings? You have Val, your sister friend, you find out that she's on the phone with your ops, co-signing, their stuff about your fake cancer and about a fake leg. She's co-signing, she's on the phone with ops. And Val is telling you that she didn't believe it. She was just playing along with it and co-signing it and just playing along. So then now you're suspicious. And I use the word, I apologize, I did use the word paranoid, but I will say you're rightfully paranoid. You are right to be paranoid at that point and suspicious of people around you because your sister friend Val had betrayed you by even being in communication with your op. I don't get no fucks and talking about you, and you're like saying you have fake cancer and a fake leg, and mocking you. So at that point, I do believe that she became suspicious of Val and even Low Key and not trusting them and their behaviors, and also kind of curious as to what's going on, who's plotting against her, what's happening, like what's really going on. So she really was out here like, yeah, who's with me and who's for me and who's against me. So that's understandable. And then for others, like let's say Roxanne, and then we have Sip and I don't get no fucks. And they don't like Stacey B. They don't. And when this whole recording came about, Roxanne was saying, she said release the recording. She said release it. She didn't care if the recording was out and what she had to say was heard. She said release it. Now, did she know it's being recorded? No, but she said release it. And, they, to be honest, the agenda is to expose, their agenda was to expose Stacey B. Right? And then this, of course, got back to, got around back to Stacey B. So Stacey B is gonna obviously be suspicious of people around her and wondering like what's going on and who's trying to plot and who's trying to set her up, running around here, little chicken with her head chopped off, trying to figure out what y'all got going on. And I would be the same way, like, what's going on? We got my sister friend on the phone with my ops cackling about a fake leg and not believe my cancer or whatever. We got the I don't get no fucks over there, and this person, that person, and people might be out to get me. So she's in war mode. In my opinion, she's in war mode. And like, okay, I'm gonna get y'all before y'all can get me. she's like, and to be honest, like, you don't know what's happening, who's trying to get you. You out here just like, trying to figure things out. It's war mode. And trying, you're gonna be on the, like, trying to protect yourself. Like, you don't know what's happening around you. Like, who's setting you up, who's doing this, who out to get you. I can get that. So. With that being said, people keep on asking like why people are not focused on Roxanne and Roxanne. Even Val, like Roxanne. Roxanne is a fucking op. Stacey B is not going hard on Roxanne because Roxanne is not someone that she saw as 100% friend or a sister friend or really close to Roxanne. So she's not shocked or surprised that Roxanne are going after Roxanne because Roxanne, she said what she said. Roxanne ain't out here making no videos defending herself. Like, she's not trying to defend herself against anything. People said that Roxanne, was on the phone call. She, she didn't say nothing. She said, okay, she on the phone call. And she was, we heard it. So Roxanne is saying, she said what she said. And I even said to Roxanne, she can tell you, I said, I'm releasing the recording. She didn't care. Roxanne did not care that I said I was releasing the recorder. She did not care. She does not care for Stacey to be like that, to be caring. She said what she said. So how in the world could we go after Roxanne when Roxanne don't give a fuck? And she said what she said. She don't care for Roxanne. She's not her friend. She's not her sister. Obviously, Roxanne is more likely Team Stip than Team Stacey B. And you know, and all that. The point is, Roxanne is taking accountability for being on the call, and she don't care. And she was even telling people to release the call, and she want people to hear the recording. Like, she knows it's been recorded, but she don't care. I can tell you, she was telling me. I said I was gonna release it. She could have said, "No, don't release it, Daddy, don't." She didn't care. She said what she said, and that's it. So what are we gonna be holding Roxanne accountable for being an op? For behaving like an op? And I'm not defending Roxanne. I'm telling the truth. She's an op. She's Stacey B's op. And when Stacey B said something, she said, "Oh, on the phone with my ops." Roxanne is an op. I don't give a fuck. It's her op. So what can we really say about Roxanne besides she was being a Stacey B's op, and she's owning that she was being an op? And what else? Val, you are different because you are someone she sees as a sister friend and someone that she feels betrayed by. So the betrayal is not from I don't get no fucks, an op. The betrayal is not from Roxanne, who is an op. The betrayal is from you, the sister. Like, I'm not gonna give a fuck about my ops talking shit about me, because that's what they're supposed to be doing. I will give a fuck about, a friend talking shit about me. Then yeah, I'm gonna care about that one. So I don't know people's expectation of Roxanne when she's not the sister friend and any of that. What is the expectation of going out the silk when he's not Stacey's friend either, and I don't get no fucks either. So all the people on the phone besides Val are expected to be talking shit. So and Low Key was not on the call. Now, has Low Key been on a different phone call, not the recorded one, and not on the phone with D and mentioning, stuff about, Stacey B? And yes, Low Key and Val apologized to Stacey B, and Stacey B gave a blanket forgiveness. Yes. But that's why I'm not focused on Roxanne, because Roxanne, I think people forgot I had a conversation with Roxanne early on. At the beginning, I had a conversation with a lot of people. And when I talked to Roxanne, she didn't give no fucks about all this. She didn't care about the recording. She wanted the recording played. She didn't care about it being played. She not really fucking with Stacey B like that. So why are we gonna bring what can I say about Roxanne besides she don't give a fuck? And I think I said that from the beginning. She don't give a fuck. She don't. Like, she played the recording. Like, if she cares, that please don't play the recording, then please don't put the recording. She didn't care. I don't get no fucks, don't like Stacey. Sip don't like Stacey. So now the only person that's supposed to be on the phone like Stacey is now Val. She's a remainder. So yes, Roxanne don't believe that Stacey B got cancer. Again, Roxanne doesn't believe that Stacey B has cancer. We know that. She even tried to Google it. Press 1 in chat if I actually showed Roxanne trying to, the screenshot I was sent about Roxanne trying to Google it. So yes, Roxanne, I being told was one of the main people not believing Stacey B having cancer, and then she's the one that kind of started this and trickling down and planting these seeds or whatever else. And Roxanne does not believe it, and she does not care. So that's why no one talks about Roxanne, because she doesn't care and she's just being an op. Who's gonna hold Roxanne responsible for being an op to an op? Like, that's what ops do. The fuck. So Val, that's why no one is focused on Roxanne, because Roxanne is Stacey's op. And I'm sure Stacey knows that Roxanne's loyalty lies with Stip and others and not her. So that's why she's not focused on Roxanne. you and low key is who she focused on, and mainly you, because she felt like you were the one not being 100% honest as to your true intentions. Now, did Val tell Stacey B the actual contents of the actual call? Yes. And did she tell her the true intentions of the call? The answer is no. So for this live, I want y'all to focus on content and intent. Content versus intent. She knew the contents of the live, the call, not the intent. So that's the clarification. Stacey B is like using these semantics, and now I've come up with that as a way to clarify intent versus content. You can know the contents of a conversation without knowing someone's intent, especially if they're lying about their intent. So Val told her the contents of it, but she said her intent was not that she believed it or malice, but she was just joking and going along with it just to play a game and act and playing along with it. So that the intent and her motives and her actual thoughts and opinions is what was different, but the actual topics or content is not. And that's where I had an issue, because I'm like, no, you knew about this or you knew about that. And she's like, yes, I knew, but I didn't know that Val actually believed those things, or she was actually saying those things or believing those things herself. Okay, so that was the clarification. I'm like, well, okay, so that's my issue, that I'm saying that these things were discussed, but you're just saying that Val didn't tell you that she believed those things. But I'm like, well, co-signing it is saying you believe it though. So I'm like, I guess she was thinking that Val was just saying she's playing along or acting and not really believing it. She was just acting. And I'm like, it's not an act. So she believes that the co-signing was acting and not actually believing it. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you're in a conversation with somebody, you're nodding your head and you're it can seem like you're co-signing, but then you can say, well, later I was nodding my head, but I was just playing around. I didn't believe it. Okay. Now everyone knows Val was not acting. She actually was going along with it and not believing that Stacey B got cancer. So instead of being honest with Stacey B and saying, I don't believe you had cancer either, you know. But anyways, let me get into a little bit more. But let me say this. I'm not gonna go back and forth with Stacey B on those semantics. You were not completely blindsided by everything that's happened recently. A lot of this stuff is old to you as far as the content and the topics of the conversation. And the moment Val told you that she was co-signing what they were saying, co-signing means that she was agreeing with it. And even if Val said, oh, I was pretending like I was agreeing with it, but I really wasn't, you already know that's a lie. Like who would believe that? That's not believable. I wouldn't believe if someone said they got on the phone co-signing my ops, saying, you know, and this and that. And then, you know, and then saying that, oh, you know, I was playing along. And then on the other hand, if Val said she was just co-signing, and then at the same time, she's also saying stuff herself. Like instead of just like someone saying, oh, she got a fake leg, and then Val said, yes, she do. As a cosign, then that's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. A cosign is a cosign. You're agreeing. There's no way around it. Someone says something, then Val agrees. Oh, she got a fake leg. Then Val agrees. Say, oh, yeah, she do got a fake leg. And then they say, oh, she faking her cancer. And Val says, oh, yeah, she is faking her cancer. So she's agreeing. So then later on, she says, oh, I was agreeing with them, but it was all acting. I really didn't believe I was just playing along with it. So that's the intent. She's saying that she was agreeing with it, but she was faking like she was agreeing. So it's that part. So the question is, was Val really believing it, or was she acting like she believed it? Acting like she believed it or really believed it? again, it's all semantics because she wants to argue about Val's motive or intent instead of the actual content. Okay. So let me actually pull up her community post. Well, actually, I want to pull up her one that she did first. Okay, because there's two versions. One where she, I'm going to show y'all the original post because she edited the post, but I'm going to show you the original one first. I'm going to show y'all the original post, and then I'll just discuss the edited portion. And the reason I say that is because I would rather read the original post, because the original post would show what she really said first, and then the edited one will just show what she thought about needed fixing, or edit whatever. Now, let me be clear. In this situation between Val and Stacey B, Val is wrong. She's wrong because she was the one on the phone call, on this recorded phone call, talking about Stacey B. So she's the one that's wrong in this situation right here with Stacey B. What annoys me about Stacey B's part is that she is acting like she's completely blindsided. Like, since this recording came out, and she's completely blindsided when she's not completely blindsided. She has told people that she knew nothing, all this is new and all this stuff, when the content is not new. Now, I'm not saying that she knew about the My Chart and everything, but I just didn't like the statement that she made a couple of times, telling like all this is new. Okay. Let me share it is. So she says, when Val told me that she was on the call, she did not go into detail specifics like everyone probably heard on the call. So she did not go into detail. That's why I also released the call, because I know Stacey B obviously wants to know what's been said about her behind her back. Who wouldn't? Also, because I'm messy, I also released it because it's different reasons why I released it. But also, it needs to be unload the clip, because I feel like the recording is something that people have not heard. It needs to unload the clip on the recording and to see what's all said and what's all heard. Because people are going to keep on talking about, as long as the recording is out there, people are still going to keep on talking about what's on the recording. So everyone obviously wants to hear the whole thing now, especially now. When Val told me that, to be honest, at first I thought hearing a little bit of it would satisfy people, but then as time went on, apparently not. When Val told me that she was on the call, she did not go into detailed specifics like everyone probably heard on the call. Now, the thing is, on the call that I played, what did Val actually say on the recording? So let me actually play the recording. because Val on the phone call, that it's only like 4.5 minutes. It's not a lot on there. And then on the confession video that Val made, that's not a lie either. She said two things on the confession. She said, she talked about the fake leg, and I was making fun of the fake leg, and I was talking about how she was faking cancer. That's only two things. That's still two topics. And then a recording is only talking about Val not believing the cancer. So then it's again taking me back to the same two topics. You see what I'm saying? So let me go play that recording one more time. One new topic I know for sure is the whole my charts and sharing the documents. She didn't know that. And that's not on the recording. That's something that Val exposed herself on IO's channel, trying to expose Roxanne, but end up exposing herself. She's not exposed Roxanne for, you know, with the Googling the my charts and investigating it. But then how did Roxanne get the documents besides through Val? Now, I did clarify that the documents are not no full-blown medical records like you would expect to see. So most people that saw what I posted were not like, oh my gosh, that's all. Like, is it personal? Yes. However, is it to some big reveal or exposure or a lot of identifiers or personal stuff? It came across kind of generic, to be honest. And then the my chart stuff was just some visitation dates and everything blacked out besides some dates. So it wasn't like people would assume. Shout out to Tiffany. Thank you so much for getting memberships. If you are getting membership from Tiffany, please say thank you for the getting membership. Again, please say thank you for the getting membership. And also please put some hearts in the chat to show love to Tiffany for her generosity to get the membership. Please put some hearts in the chat. So, she says, like everyone probably heard on the call, I have not even heard the call, but she apologized to me about it 2 weeks ago. So again, Stacey B, you're always around and online and stuff and doing, girl, you heard the phone call. It's only like 4.5 minutes. I act like you didn't hear it. Okay, you done heard this for a little 4.5 minutes. To me about it 2 weeks ago, just on the basis of her being on it at all. And then she said that she cracked jokes about my legs and said that she co-signed Roxanne. I don't get enough fucks talking about my medical situation because she allowed them to get in her head. She also said that Roxanne kept planting seeds of negativity about me, but eventually exposed herself to Val and Low-Key on that call. No, I did not know the specifics. Val apologized for doing that much to me on the call and told me that she only fed into it because she trusted Roxanne for many years. And while on the call, her and Low-Key came to their own conclusion. So she knew the content, but not the specifics. Hold on. And she says they both admitted, hold on, go down. They both admitted they trusted Roxanne, so it's not unreasonable to believe a longtime friend. Val apologized to me, and so did Low-Key, and admitted that Roxanne had been secretly coming for me for months. Oh, this is not even the one I'm looking for. This is not the community post. Wait, y'all. I got too much stuff going on. I'm looking for the community post. Those are direct messages. Let me go back up. Too many screenshots. I'm like, well, it's not no community post. I'm like, that's old. Okay, I got it now. Let me share this out. Now, with Val, like I was saying while I'm doing this, Val, you have to understand that yes, you did that part with the confession. Now you have to do the same thing with the Stacey B issue. Now you have to deal with the public reaction. And that's the part we have to understand. Now, this is where you start to change behavior. The public is going to react to the negative action you have done. And then from there, you don't try to get people to back down by weaponizing mental illness. Don't weaponize any sort of health condition or any sort of crisis or anything to get people to back off you. Just eat it. Just like everybody else has to eat their reactions. You know. And I'm not a perfect person. Everyone sees that I do certain things certain times. People make videos on me or topics about me. And I eat it. I say, yeah, that's Dani Montana. I'm saying hello to the bad girl. So right now, you just have to say hello to the bad girl. You've been bad. And then don't try to, I don't make up excuses or justifications to get myself out of it. Like, oh, like some sort of health condition or something to get myself out of the backlash or anything like that. And see what Roxanne is doing. Roxanne is not on here trying to defend herself or windmill or go against anything. She said what she said. Stacey, she was trying to take Stacey down, or not take her down, but expose Stacey B. So it is what it is. So then no one's really going after Roxanne because she owned it. So you gotta sometimes have that kind of mentality that I said what I said, I did what I did. Who gives a fuck? Move on next. And then no one can do nothing to you because you nobody can really do anything to you because you owned it, you took accountability, you eating it, you said what I said, now fuck off, leave me alone. Okay. And take that as a lesson, because that's what I do. Fuck. The fuck? Like I do what I'm gonna do, and then I move on to the next topic. And whoever gonna complain. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm on to the next topic now. Okay, and nobody can really do nothing to me because I said I did it. I said I did it. So what? And who gonna check me? And then I move to the next topic. And then people make a billion videos like about, oh, Dani's so bad, Bitch, I terminated your channel and I'll do it again. And I'll do it again. Oh shit, and I'll do it again. The fuck? I don't give a fuck. So sometimes the I don't give a fuck kind of attitude kind of helps you out. Okay? You ain't got to try to make up no shit to get out of some shit. Just, I don't give a fuck, and then move on. And maybe you do give a fuck. That's why you're so concerned. But you know, and that's why you don't do it. If you give a fuck about it, don't do it. I don't give a fuck attitude works when you actually don't give a fuck. If you know, I want to do what you did because I won't want no public backlash for lying. So I wouldn't even do that. So you have to don't do that kind of stuff if you don't want that kind of backlash. I have backlash for things I do, and then I don't give a fuck because I did it, and I don't care I did it because it's not something that's gonna really go against my morals or principles or values to where I'd be concerned about that sort of feedback. Okay. So if I don't want that type of negativity, then I'm not gonna do that kind of action. So I would never get that type of reaction right there. Now there are some things that people talked about, even like when people read the court documents talking about, oh, Dani got sanctioned, and I did. And then I apologize. Read my response. Okay, P read it. I apologize for, I had other things to do besides, doing all that. Okay. Well, I apologize and I ate it. And then the judge said she appreciates my honesty. Shit. Fuck. You see what I'm saying? Read the thing. The judge just said that she appreciates my honesty. That I said, I ain't do all that. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, and then the other person in the case, the judge didn't like their response, the Bundy person, because the judge said they are not credible and they were not convincing. Because they ain't taking no accountability, want to lie their way out of it. There ain't no way to lie. The judge, been a judge for years. They can't lie to the judge. Okay, they know a lie when you tell it. Looking stupid now because they say, oh, you're not credible. And say, I appreciate your honesty to me. A mess. So as you can see, DBU is still DBU when it comes to court. They still be on some dumb bitch university that try to not take accountability to judge, like unaccountable ass bitches. And now that's why I got the defendant, appreciate your honesty, and she got the not credible, not convincing. A mess. And even her corrections needed correcting. A mess. But anyways, Stacey B says for all, and you're gonna learn the lessons, accountability goes a long way. Okay, and there ain't no way to lie your way out of something. If you didn't do something, just admit you did it, eat it, and go on about your day. Okay. For all those who care to listen, I have no interest in any more back and forth with Val or anyone else involved in a recent debacle. The shit was messy, uncalled for, unfortunate, and should have never occurred, period. Now, I agree. You know, Val should not have been on the call, and Val would say, well, Roxanne and everybody else was on the call. Yes, but they are ops. Ops are expected to be on the op call. You're not. You're not supposed to be op. So that's why you're getting called out, because you was on a phone. You were the only friend, sister, sister on the call with the 3 ops. A mess. Okay, we ain't gonna call out Roxanne because she is a op. We ain't gonna call out I don't get no fucks because her name is I don't get no fucks, and she on the call and she op. We're not called Sip because he don't like you either. So then they all ops on the phone, and then Val is the one out of place. Okay, it says it damn for sure should not have made it to YouTube, but it did. And how did it get to YouTube? Now I remember a screenshot of a post from Val mentioning different people's name in the post. That's my first recollection. Now correct me if I'm wrong. Again, it looked like things was happening behind the scenes, and then Val made a post on community wall and it mentioned Dion. And I won't go into further details, but I will say I do have those. Let me start right here. And keeping that in mind, I want to clear up some confusion one last time, as I may have not expressed things clearly for some. And she says, what started out as friends warning me on October 23rd about ops setting me up, it soon turned into a bunch of finger pointing and blaming for an entire 2 weeks. Well into the first week of November, I was made aware that threats were being made to contact a well-known content creator in the sector to expose me and drag me in his Discord on her Roxanne's behalf. During this same time, it was also expressed to me by Val that she was ambushed on a call with Roxanne and my ops in what was later to be revealed as a recorded call. She did not understand why her friend would call her with those 2 people on the phone. By the end of the first week and going into the second week in November, Val would admit that she was laughing with my ops, saying that I had a fake leg and that she co-signed them, stating I was faking my diagnosis. So right here, she admits that before I even leaked this call, Val admitted that she was laughing with the ops, saying that Stacey B had a fake leg, and said that she co-signed them, stating that she had a fake diagnosis. Hello. Come on, somebody. Do you see that? So you knew that 2 weeks ago. You knew that weeks ago, early November, before I released any recording, that Val was on the phone talking about your that you with your ops, that you had a fake leg, and stated that you had a faking your diagnosis. This is old. So my issue with Stacey B was that she was acting like this was new shit when it's old shit. Hello. So you already knew that before I released any recording about these. So when I'm on the phone with Sammy, and Sammy is telling me that she tell you about fake legs and this and that, and you acting like it's a new topic when it's not new. So then we're gonna go on further to where it's not new. This was something that was already discussed. Now, what the clarification is that she knew the contents, but not the intent, because Val keeps on saying that she was playing along or acting, that it wasn't a real situation, that it's all acting. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So she knew the content, but not the intent. Now, in my opinion, it's obvious to me that Val is not acting. I would never feel for or believe that Val was just playing along or acting. I would automatically know that Val was on the phone with my ops. And I hate to say this, but it's true. But if you're on the phone with my ops, cackling and laughing, co-signing and giggling and kikiing, then you are op too. So the best thing for Val to do was just to admit to Stacey that I really don't like you like that. I chose the other people over you. I wasn't really fucking with you like that. And I was believing that you ain't got no cancer and whatever else. Now, I don't know. Because if to be on the phone with your friend's ops, then you are a op. Are you switching sides? Are you doing something that it ain't, it's fake or it ain't right? And Stacey is not that stupid to know that Val's on the phone with her ops, that Val is acting weird and that's fake behavior. And no matter what she says, I'm playing along, I'm acting, that's fake. Everyone knows you old enough to know fake. So I believe that once she found out, Stacey already was suspicious of Val. But who wouldn't be suspicious? If you are my friend and you told me you just got the phone with my ops laughing about me and talking about me behind my back and co-signing shit, you now are op. Ain't no way to me now to move forward without seeing you as an op. I'm sleeping with one eye open, well, both eyes open on your ass. The fuck? Ain't nothing gonna be peaceful or going back to normal. You just told me, let one person right now that I consider a friend tell me that they on the phone with 3 of my stalkers or 3. I'm not saying they're stalkers. I want to use that as an example. If you're on the phone with 3 of my ops and you're supposed to be my friend and you're saying you're giggling and co-signing shit, then you are now my op. You are. You're now my op. I don't see you as a friend. I see you as somebody being fake, and I got my eyes on you. Okay? I might say I forgive you, this and that, but to be honest, I'm not even gonna say I forgive you. I'm not gonna fix my lips to say I forgive you, because now I'm like, oh, okay. Even if I don't say nothing directly to you, I'll be like, yeah, you just told me you're off. And that's it. You're not really fucking with me. And that's okay. You go your way, I go my way. But you're off. So she said, so for Stacey to deny and say, Val said she was playing along, I don't think you really bought it. And I think that, that you probably lost trust in her after that. And once someone cannot be trusted, the friendship kind of dwindles anyway. So that's why, so anyways, she says the sector to expose me and drag me in his Discord. That was that part. She says Val would, by the end of the first week and going into the second week in November, Val would admit that she was laughing with my ops, saying that I had a fake leg and that she co-signed them, stating I was faking my diagnosis. Both things that Val knows to be false. Now I will say this. Stacey B says that Val has seen her legs and know they are not fake. So that's what I will say. So hold on. She says the way it was presented to me was watered down and without further detail, very glossed over actually. She initially stated that she went along with it because she was mad, only to later say that she was playing around. You see what I'm saying? So Stacey B admits that Val had already discussed with her doing that first apology, private stuff before stuff hit public. that Val was admitted to talking about her legs and co-signing that she was faking her cancer. And she says that Val presented it watered down without further detail. And she also was saying that Val was saying that she only went along with it because she was mad at her. So right there, she was telling you the truth that she's mad at you. For some reason, she's mad at you or whatever. She's on the phone with your op. Val saw herself as an op. That's op. Like you're with my enemies on the phone because you're mad at me. Whatever happened, she's on the phone with your ops. What more can you say besides someone's on the phone with your ops, cackling, giggling, and about these things, these topics? So she says initially Val said she did it because she was mad at her, which is that shows intent that she did it. It was malicious and she did it out of anger. So the first time she told you anything is that's saying anger and out of malice and maliciousness to why she did it. You see what I'm saying? So you knew at that moment when she said she first said it and did all that because she was mad. So that means it was malice and malicious intent, and that you knew the intent was maliciousness. It was not to play along or act. And then you say only to later say that she was playing around, hence the laughing. So whether she did it out of malice and anger because she's mad, or she was just playing around acting, no, she's on the phone with your ops. So all these are just stupid excuses. It doesn't make any sense. Exactly, unapologetically. It's what people do on Mad Day that show their true colors. Exactly. So how many of y'all believe that Stacey B at this time is not fully understanding that Val is not really fucking with her? That's obvious. So I'm looking surprised at Stacey B when I'm hearing this, oh, this is new, and this is new topics. I'm like, no, these are not new topics. Maybe your understanding of Val's feelings about these topics might be switching. Like maybe she only did it because she was mad, or she's playing along, or until now you believe, oh, she wasn't just doing it because she was mad, and she wasn't just doing it because she's playing along or acting. She's actually was doing it because she actually believed it the whole time. So now you're really understanding it was all because she believes it herself, and not because it was planted by Roxanne, but because she actually believes it. Not because she was acting, but because she believes it. So now you're kind of hurt, in my opinion, because you realize now the true nature of the situation is that Val is actually not going along with it to play or act, but because she actually believes it and was behind a lot of this stuff herself, as far as just making these statements about you. So that is what changed. So that was the clarification that was needed. Because when you go out here, oh, this is new, this is all new to me, I didn't know nothing of this, that's a lie. And that's where I had an issue, because when I made a video, I mentioned that there was a discussion about these topics and a private apology about these topics, which it was. Okay, that did actually occur, and that did happen. For you to go live on different people or talk to different people acting like there was never no discussion, there was no nothing at all, this is new, and then like I lied or I put out wrong. No, I did not. You knew about these topics ahead of time. And in fact, when I first talked to you on the phone, you mentioned that there had been discussions. You didn't go into detail, and then that you had accepted an apology about these discussions. All y'all said it. So then I'm confused as to later, like, there was no discussion. What do you mean there's no discussion? So that's why I was wanting Stacey B to clarify what she knew and what she didn't know. So she knew these topics, just not, she doesn't know Val's true purpose, of what was Val's purpose or intent or true intentions or motive behind what she did. That is what changes, or she doesn't fully grasp until now. I guess she was hoping that Val was just acting or playing along or going along with it or playing a game with the ops and not really truly believing it. But now, fast forward, she really now sees that Val was believing all of this and was doing more about being involved in this whole fake cancer, fake leg thing than she originally thought. Okay. Then she says only later that she was playing around, hence the laughing. None of that made sense, but okay. Exactly. None of that made sense. your instincts and your gut instincts told you that that did not make any sense. So that means at that moment when that didn't make any sense, you knew that that was not true. When something pops in your head, so that don't make no sense, you already know something is wrong, it's off, and it's not true. Why else would you say that didn't make no sense? You see what I'm saying? And you said, that's all I was told. She blamed everything on them, but mostly Roxanne claiming that she was putting all these negative thoughts in her head. So she confessed to what she did as far as the surface level or whatever, without really saying that, you know, and then saying that it was mad they are playing along. And then she blamed her actions on Roxanne. Instead of her taking accountability, she blamed all on Roxanne, saying that it was about Roxanne planting seeds. And like I said, whether Roxanne plants seeds or not, it's still up to Val whether to, you know, water those seeds or not. And then fast forward to the past week or so, the truth comes out. I had zero, she says now in caps, I had zero knowledge that Val shared my chart. So I do agree with that is a new topic. And let's be clear, that was not on the recorded phone call that I have snippet. That is something that was told by Val on IO's panel. Okay, shared my chart. Talked to Sip throughout the summer about me, had numerous calls with that other girl, my op, I guess I don't get up, actively participated, tearing me down in the background. Not really. Just by her telling you that she's co-signing your ops, that's telling you that she's tearing you down in the background. She admitted that she was on a call with your ops. And you may be thinking it's one call and not all the calls, but all I got to hear is one time someone saying that kind of stuff behind my back. I already know what they're doing to it behind the scenes. Talk shit about me for months with 2 other people in our friend group, went to several others about me over the months and spoke in great depth and detail about my diagnosis. Not only that, lied about me over talking or being a know-it-all. Now, I want to pause right here. Stacey B, this is where you go off on a tangent. See, my clarification was not about everything Val has done to you over the course of this time. My thing was, what did my phone call, the leap 4 minutes I had, what did that actually tell you that wasn't discussed before? So you're trying to add in all this other stuff that's outside of the topic. You see what I'm saying? Keep the focus on my phone call and then Val's confession, because that's what we're talking about in the recorded call. You're now talking about other topics, all the things that Val has done to you outside of what I'm talking about. So this is trying to make it seem like Val, oh, this is not all the stuff I knew, but this ain't nothing to do with me though. This ain't nothing to do with my elite call, and this ain't nothing to do with Val's confession. This is all about everything you done found out about everything else. Press 1 if you understand what I'm saying. This community post is kind of confusing because you're saying, oh, I didn't know all this, but all of this is not in the phone call. All of this is not in the phone call, and all of this is not in Val's short confession video she made. All of this is stuff you figuring out through all these conversations. So now it's kind of like you're trying to fluff this up to where I didn't know all this, I didn't know all that, but that my 4.5 minutes ain't got all that. My 4.5 minute recorded call is nothing about all this information. So that can confuse people to say, well, see, Danny, I don't know all this. Well, my call don't got that though. And Val's confession video don't got that either. You're gathering this from all sources or whatever, but it's not about me. So when I ask for clarification, please stick to what I put out. I'm not talking about all this stuff about Val did this and Val did that. This has nothing to do with my call. And just to show, I'm gonna play my call right now so y'all can hear. All this other stuff that she's talking about has nothing to do with my phone call to where I release this 4.5 minutes and all of a sudden you know all this information. No. The call that I have is just about you faking your cancer. It doesn't even have nothing about leg. It's about her faking your cancer and things like that. Hold on.
And you're not the first one. Roxanne's my witness. People been telling me. She messy, Val. She don't mean you no good. She the same thing. She trying to isolate you. She don't want other people to talk to you. And let me tell you something. And now that we have spoken, I want you to know, if you ever hear anybody say I said something, you get a hold of me, because I don't do that. I don't have, one of my biggest faults is that I have such a caring heart. And so knowing that you was going through cancer, whether she said it was good, because she tried to say you was lying. And for me, I don't believe people lie about that kind of stuff to the evidence show. And I think she was trying to project and throw it off of herself and put it on you. And so for me, I was like, well, I don't have no reason to talk about her. And she's sick. Like, that's how I look when I'm saying don't talk about me and I'm sick, but I'm talking about her. No. And me and you don't have no beef. We don't have no problem. We ain't never had one for real. We've never really had a problem between you and I. It's always been her in the middle.
Yep.
And so all apologies accepted. I'm going to be praying for you to stay cancer free, baby. Amen.
Hey.
And just stay, listen, and let me just encourage you, stay away from anybody that don't mean you no good.
But that's what.
And it takes a lot for me to hold my tongue. Because I'm a tongue-holding motherfucker.
Hold mine, bitch.
You know, this is making me mad. I'm sorry to get a little misty, y'all, because it's like...
Don't you cry, because then you know I'm going to get pissed.
But see, how y'all think I feel that this woman is stalking me? Put yourself in my shoe. How y'all think I feel?
When she tried to go in on me today, I was just like... She ended our conversation with "fuck you, Roxanne." I was like, I don't know who to believe. I was like, you're saying that she's stalking you, and you saying that she's stalking you, and she's saying you stalking her. And I was like, I don't know who to believe. She was like, "Fuck you, Roxanne." I said, "Fuck you too."
So who do you believe?
I've been believing you. And I didn't even know you.
Yeah, she was just trying to get Roxanne to say she believes her.
And the thing about it is,
I don't know who to believe.
Right. And, you know, but I didn't want to just come right out and be like, well, I just honestly don't believe you. Because then it would have led to, why don't you believe me? And then it would have led to this question. And it would lead to this question. And me being the type of person I am, I hold shit I play poker. I know how to play poker. But I'm going to keep this conversation between the four of us, because I don't even talk to Stacy like that.
Right.
You know, this entire time that you in the hospital, Val, I don't think I talked to Stacy not one time. Not once.
But the shit is so scary, though, because it's like, lady, I haven't talked to you since February. It's damn near February again, and you're still talking about me.
And she's telling people you're stalking her.
Yeah, and people believe in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they believe that she has cancer. They
believe it because you've never said anything to refute it.
But y'all don't see what I tell you, Sip. I would never speak on it in public because she's going to hang herself.
Oh yeah.
She's hung with me. She don't ever have to say shit to me. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I'll get in the motherfucking plane and come down there.
Calm down.
Don't get it fucking twisted.
It's the heroin speaking.
No, that ain't the heroin. That's that cocaine.
Y'all, everything y'all want to fucking see. I have not been in contact with this lady until she reached out to me on fucking Venmo.
Anything to us, because I and Val believe you. Like I told.
So now hearing the phone call obviously is gonna be different from just hearing someone say something, because you actually get every single word or detail. Well, that's only 4.5 minutes. And let me see how long that thing is. Let me see how long it is again. It is 2 hours and 21 minute recording. So it is a 2 hour and 21 minute recording. Now, I want to say this. Let's go back to the messages real quick because I know some people. I don't want to be too long because I know some people are waiting for me to end the live because I have it set up to you have to wait for me to end to replay. So I want to give people the chance to catch up. Okay, so let me finish this. Let's see. She says, not only that, lied about me over talking or being a know-it-all on the group calls, when that was something typically said about Roxanne. So this right here, you see, not only that, lied about me over talking or being a know-it-all, that's not in my recording. So Stacey B is finding out a lot of stuff, or she is hearing a lot of stuff about Val has said or done, but she's attributing those to my recording or finding out in the recording. So my issue with Stacey is she's like, if you go around and say, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that, I know about this, I didn't know about that, but you're not, you're like referencing my recording, and my recording only has this information. So all this other stuff, oh, that's new, that's new, that's new, that's new. Girl, that ain't got nothing to do with my thing right here. Okay. Oftentimes I would be on mute or laughing with the ladies. Anyway, all of that was conveniently left out. Had I not asked for the recording to reveal, I wonder if any of this would have come out. Doubt it. I would still. I would still be getting talked about behind the scenes by women who I thought were my friends. So obviously she is saddened by the fact that she thought she had some friends, child, and you know, people ain't really fucking with her like that. And it is what it is. So now you know that people ain't really, you know, now y'all all could go your own way. And I think that, you know, what I was told was Stacey and Belle already had issues before. They had issues before. So it was not like the first time. So yes, there is a betrayal where, you know, everyone is calling Belle out, which led to this whole fake flatline thing about how she betrayed Stacey B. And Val could have just said, to be honest, Stacey B, you know, instead of saying, oh, I was acting, I was playing along with this whole thing, she could have just said, Stacey B, I'll be honest, I ain't fuck with you. I wasn't fucking with you. So I was on a phone call with the ops because I am one of your ops. Oops, I'm one of your ops and I ain't fucking with you. I don't fuck with you like that. I believe you're faking your cancer. I agree and I co-sign because I you know, instead of just trying to say, I'm your sister, I'm your friend, or, you know, Stacey B, I love you. Just be honest. Like, I ain't fucking with you like that. People are more respectable, like not respectable, but people are more, you know, if you just tell the truth, because the stuff is trying to be fake. Obviously, you're gonna phone her ops. You're not really fucking with her like that. If you're truly a sister friend or somebody, you want to be on the phone to ops while they're talking about the person, because sometimes you share friends with people that are not, you know, in the same friend group. But to go to the left for the topics you were talking about, obviously you were not fucking with Stacey B in that way. So you should just be honest, but like, listen. Right now, I would just tell the truth. Like, look, I wasn't really fucking with you like that. Right now, if you keep on saying, you're my sister, that's my sister, y'all, that's my sister, then that makes you look more fake. If you actually admit that you was an op, then it makes, it's you know, the truth, then it makes it better. Now, I'm not saying it makes it all the way better because people still consider that fake, but it's at least more honest. Instead of keep on hammering in, that's my sister, I love you. Clearly not. Had I not asked for the recording to be revealed, I wonder if any of this would have come out. Nope. I would still be getting talked about behind the scenes by women who I thought were my friends. When another content creator informed me in the DM that Val did a live and said, before I die,
Before I die, I must confess to Stacy.
She said she busted out crying. I'm thinking Val is about to die, and I did not know all the details being told to me. Oh shit.
Oh, Stacy B. Before I go on to Gloria, I just wanted you to know I'm so sorry to do this to my true friend, Stacy B. Stacy B, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I talked about you had a fake leg. I made fun of my friend. I talked about you, Stacy. I'm so sorry, my sister. I realize that now. And before I go, I want to clear the air on this, Stacy.
Ciao. When I played that live in my live, I turned it off. I said, y'all can watch the rest of her video when she got to preach it. I'm like, nah, Val, that was an Academy Award performance. Now, I will say it's slightly better than TJ's. It's slightly better than TJ, but you got a little bit out of character on one part. But the voice kind of went in and out. And I would have stayed in character once I went to you went live the next couple of days to go on Sammy and somebody you thought was docking you turned out to be Yolanda. And then you went on IO's panel with a different voice. You had 3 different voices in 3 different days. So I would have stayed in character like, Sammy, I'm coming for you, Sammy. Roxanne, get your coffee, Roxanne. You should have stayed all 3 days, should have kept the same voice. It's a miracle. It healed fast. I knew what Val told me about laughing about a fake leg and co-signing my odds, speaking on my diagnosis. I did not know all the extra shit or that Val all of a sudden did. See, that's the thing that gets on my nerves was the semantics. She says, what she knew old self is I knew what Val told me about laughing about a fake leg and co-signing my ops, speaking on my diagnosis. It's saying it's fake. I did not know all that extra shit or that Val all of a sudden did not believe my health circumstance. How can you not know that she didn't believe your health circumstance when she's co-signing your ops saying they don't believe it? It's a contradiction. If somebody is co-signing your ops and they don't believe that you have cancer, they're telling you that I co-signed it, so I believed it. So are we not understanding what co-sign means? And then you say, oh, she said she was co-signing it as she was acting. So she was playing a role in the movie that she was co-signing ops, that she wasn't really co-signing. It was acting that she was co-signing. Y'all need to stop. That's why I told y'all I'm done with this. I ain't got time for no semantics and no some dumb shit like this. The moment someone tells me they're co-signing my ops, they're co-signing my ops. Don't be going into some, oh, she said that she was playing like she was believing it, or she was acting like she was believing, but she wasn't believing it. She's on the phone with your ops, and she's co-signing it, and she's kicking and cackling and all that. That tells you all you need to know. Now, what happens is the recording confirmed it. The recording confirmed that she was agreeing with your ops. Press 1 if you understand that. The recording only confirms what you suspected, which is that she was agreeing with your ops, not just like, you know, playing or acting. Even the call shows that she was agreeing and co-signing everything they were saying. That's confirmation. So there ain't no wonder what happened. She said she was on the phone cackling and giggling and co-signing with your ops, and the phone call proves just that. The phone call, the 4.5 minutes we had proves that she was co-signing and agreeing with your ops on everything, on all of it. On all of it. That's what it confirms. So if you want to go back and say, well, Val said she was acting. Even right now, Val can still say she acted because she just went live on IO and said she was acting. So Val still says she acting. So that still hasn't changed. She's still saying she acting, but everyone can listen to this call and see that she ain't acting. So maybe when you heard this call, it gave you a revelation or a realization that she ain't acting, that it's true. So in that, the clarification is that you knew what she was doing, But she said it was acted or make believe or play. And you heard this phone call and you said, "Oh, that don't sound no play. That sound like there's some real shit." And now she did the my chart and then all this other shit too. So damn Val is off. Okay. So I would say that you need to work just like maybe when you're delivering a message to actually get down to the meat and potatoes and say, listen, I knew about these topics and what was being discussed, but I didn't know. Val said she was play and it was acting. She didn't tell me that she was really believing this shit. And that will give people more clarity. Because you were coming across as, oh, this is all new. I ain't know nothing. I'm all shocked. I was blindsided by the whole thing. This ain't a complete blindside. You just thought she was playing like playing house. But now you see that she actually was, living in a house for real. So she says, I did not know all the details being told to me of what was on the call. I knew what Val told me about laughing about a fake leg. Boom. And that's what's in her. And then you said, oh, the confession video. And the confession video says the same thing about the fake leg and the co-signing of the diagnosis. So I knew what Val told me about laughing about a fake leg and co-signing my odds, speaking on my diagnosis. I did not know all that extra shit or that Val all of a sudden didn't believe my health circumstance. And to this day, more crap is being revealed, but not from my recording though. Not from my recording, which is why I was saying for clarification about what did my recording reveal, not what you're finding out outside of this recording. Now, in those 2.5 hours, there might be more to it. We don't know what Val was saying. Now, to be honest, I am curious to know now what all was said. That is what hurt. She was never my friend. Friends don't do that. Had I already known, then what? Hold on. And I agree, friends don't do that, okay? It's your girl, Dani Robertson. It's your girl, Dani Robertson. It's your girl, Dani Robertson. Hit that light. It's your girl, Dani Robertson. It's your girl, Dani Robertson. It's your girl, Dani Robertson. Hit that light. Had I already known, then what would Val need to confess? Girl, bye. And she keeps on saying, had I already known, then what would Val need to confess? And the thing is, why you keep on trying to say that, Val's live only talked about, she said, I talked about your fake leg, making fun of your fake leg and said you have cancer. That is still the same topic you knew 2 weeks ago in the confession. The only thing you need to say is, Stacey, why you keep on saying the same thing? How hard is it to grasp? You knew, you keep on, y'all see what I'm getting annoyed with Stacey with? She went on, she keeps on going on. Had I already known, then what would Val need to confess? When Val's confession, do I need to play it again? It only talks about the fake leg and not believing you had cancer. So you knew those two things. It's just that you didn't know the intent that now Val is saying that she believed it instead of play. So you're trying to say now Val is showing that she believed it and it wasn't acting, it wasn't play. But you knew the topic. That's what's so annoying. The confession was her intent. And by the way, that confession went away because Val went on IO's channel and said it was all play again. So then the intent switched. Press 2 if you understand what I'm saying. That Val went on her live, it seemed like she was confessing to actually taking ownership of believing it and this and that. And then she went on IO's channel and then switched it back to she playing along, or she was playing. So you are not understanding that Val keeps switching her intent and her motive. 1 minute she was play. 1 minute she did a confession video saying she did it, and she ain't saying in her confession video. Val didn't say nothing about playing alone. But then when she went on IO channel an hour later, I mean not hour later, but days later, she said she was playing alone again. So I'm gonna play her confession video again, and y'all will see the only two things mentioned is the fake leg and the fake cancer. That's all that's mentioned in the confession video. So Stacey, please stop saying, had I already known, then what would Val need to confess? You're talking about the intention of her, whether it's play or not, whether she was being real or playing. So focus on that. That's the whole issue I'm having with you, is you're not focusing on that. Oh my God, it's not that hard to understand the difference between content and intent. You knew the content. You keep on saying 2 weeks ago, I knew this. You knew the content. Lord have mercy. And also, please stick to the confession versus the recorded versus interviews and other side chatter. Okay. Don't keep on saying, oh, I didn't know this and I didn't know that. And it has nothing to do with the confession or my recording. Because what the fuck I got to do with all this other stuff that you're talking about? If it ain't got nothing to do with the recording and it ain't got nothing to do with the confession, then what I got to do with all this others? I ain't know this. I ain't know this. I ain't know. What the hell? That's not what I'm addressing. I had nothing to do with all that. The only thing I have something to do with is the small little recording and Val's confession. That's the only thing I have anything to do with. If you start finding out a million things about Val, say, well, I ain't know this, Dani. I ain't know that. Well, you gonna find out a million things, but it ain't got nothing to do with my video and my channel. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm only responsible for what I put out and what I have. I'm not responsible for a million things you find out about Val. The confession is what I told her to go live and tell you stuff, whatever. No, I didn't tell her to go live. I told her to talk to you privately. She went live herself. And then now the recording. Okay. So I'm going to play that one more time. Insert right here for people to have clarity. And when people hear the Val's confession, they're only going to hear her confess to two things. Let's stick to the topics. She's going to say, I talked about your fake leg and I talked about you not having cancer. Those are the two topics. And all I'm saying to Stacey is tell me what's in the confession that's a new topic. And there's no new topic. Now she could talk about maybe the intent is different, but the content is not, the topic is not new. So it's not that hard to comprehend or grasp. And I feel like I'm playing the semantics game. I don't like the semantics game. Please leave me alone with the semantics. Lord have mercy. It's not that hard. And I think I'm actually gonna I think I'm actually going to do a quick chart so people can actually see too, because it's not that hard to grasp. All you gotta do is put in your mind a mental note. 2 topics, fake leg and fake cancer, 2 topics. So if you listen to Val's video, what I'm gonna play right now, and she says fake leg and fake cancer, that means Stacey B. Ben knew about these topics 2 weeks ago in early November. That means before the recording, she knew about these topics. So once I play this recording, you hear Val say only 2 topics, then press 2 in the chat that these are topics that Stacey B knew was on the conversation that Val was co-signing weeks ago before my recording was released. Lord help me. Lord help me. And don't say, oh, my chart. My chart has nothing to do with Val's confession. My chart has nothing to do with my recording. My chart is about Val getting on Io's panel and that's a totally different live and a totally different something else. So I think you're trying to confuse. I think you're trying to ask me, Stacy, that oh well, Dani, she didn't say this and she didn't say this and she didn't say that. But you're trying to add everything to my pile. I'm only responsible for this small recording and somewhat Val's confession video. That's her responsibility. But I'm only talking about these two things, and you're trying to add on all this other shit that ain't got nothing to do with me or my channel. Well, she ain't tell me this and she ain't tell me that. I ain't know this and I ain't know that. Well, I ain't got nothing to do with all that. That's between you and Val. Okay, stick to what my recording says and the confession, and then that's it. If you find out tomorrow that she said you got you know, I don't know, that you eat ice or whatever, then don't say if you find out if you find out she said you eat clay tomorrow, you eat clay or something, don't say, well, Dani, I just found out that she eat clay. That's not there. Of course it's not. I don't you know, that you're gonna keep on finding out new things that she said. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And say, well, that's not, I ain't know that. See, this is new. Of course, there's going to be new stuff every day, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm only concerned, maybe I should clarify, I'm only concerned with the recording and the confession. And I'm not concerned with anything else you find new. That might be a concern to you, but it's not a concern to me, because I'm not trying to keep this going to where I'm going to keep track of everything about it and tell you. So maybe I need to clarify that. Outside of my recordings and outside of the confession, I'm not concerned about it. So maybe that's the clarification I need to say. And it's not to be me. It's just that this is not my content to be going on and on and on, keeping track of everything, you know. Hold on. So this is a confession. Oh, and then Val's confession. So let's listen to Val's confession, to what she confessed about. The subject, and this is what we were talking about. I'm not going to give you a whole list like I said, this. I'm going to.
So sorry for me. I'm a grown woman. I said terrible things. I talked about my friend's leg being fake. I talked about my friend not having cancer.
So right here, Val says she's a grown. She's saying she's grown. So right there, it's only two things Val confesses to. She said, I talked about my friend not having cancer. And I said terrible things. I talked about my friend's leg being fake. I talked about my friend not having cancer. That's only two things. That's two things she confessed in this confession video. It's only two things. And if you go to Stacey's community poll, she says that she knew about these two topics weeks ago. So press 2 in the chat if you understand that. It's not that hard to grasp. Oh, I heard Val's confession. I couldn't believe it. No, before Val made that confession, weeks before that, you had heard these topics already. Your issue, Stacey, is that you are now realizing that she's not doing it for play, and she's not acting or going along. Your issue is that you realize now that she really was believing it and was not acting. So stop going around here saying that these are new topics and you're blindsided by this content. You know she was co-signing this or that. Say, I thought she was acting before, and now I realize that she was actually believing it and had more involvement in the whole thing. So I hope I don't have to keep on trying to explain this. It's a simple thing to grasp. Okay, it's right here in your face. She's only in this confession says these two things, and all you gotta do is go to your message and you will say, in early November, you already knew that she said these things, and I apologize for these two topics. Two topics.
So sorry for me. I'm a grown woman. I said terrible things. I talked about my friend's leg being fake. I talked about my friend not having cancer.
So right here, Val says she's saying she's grown and she doesn't want anyone to feel sorry for her. And that for me, I was wrong. I said stuff about my friend. I said something about her leg. I said something about her health. Okay, so now let's go back to Stacey's message so I can wrap things up. So right here, she says, by the end of the first week and going into the second week in November, Val would admit that she was laughing with my ops, saying that I had a fake leg and that she co-signed them stating I was faking my diagnosis. So you right here said by the end of the first week and going into the second week, in that early November, before Val's confession video, before my recording, you knew, Stacey B, that Val admitted that she was laughing with your ops, saying that you had a fake leg and fake diagnosis. And fast forward to Val's confession, it says the same freaking thing. Press 3 if you fucking hear me or understand. It says the same freaking thing from the confession to the fucking post right here. So from the beginning of November to Val's other live that she just recently did, the confession, they both are saying the same fucking topic. Press 3 if you get it. The fuck? So my issue is, I'm saying, what's the fucking difference? And then you say it's the intent. The intent is that you thought Val was just playing around at first and going along and acting and playing. And then now you're realizing that she was actually for real, and she really is your op and wasn't just playing. So you are talking about the intent. And then you have a whole list of new things because you have heard these interviews that Val had did an interview or a panel and admitted to the My Chart. You're hearing all these other conversations or other things Val has been up to. That is not about the confession, and that is not about my recording. Those are all new things that you're hearing outside on the YouTube, all out here. And you're trying to add that to my pile. And I'm not asking about that. I said, what's different from my recording or from Val's confession to what you already knew prior to any of this? So I don't know the whole thing about you trying to feel 100% blindsided. You're not 100% blindsided. You're not. You're not. And that's what's annoying. So let's just stick to what you know to what you don't know, for real. Lord have mercy. And anything else you find out about Val, you can share it, whatever. But it has nothing to do with Dani Robertson or anything else that you find out tomorrow or even 2 weeks from now. And say, well, I didn't know this, Dani. Well, of course you don't know everything. I don't even know everything. Now, I would want the rest of the recordings to hear some more. But yeah, as far as Val's confession, so I said, oh, I heard Val's confession. I can't believe I didn't know nothing in that confession. You knew everything in that confession besides maybe not the intent, but you knew the content. So that's why I feel like I'm playing semantics with Stacey, and I ain't got time to keep on trying to explain this. It's not that hard to understand. You knew the content, but maybe you don't know her true intent or whether she was playing or serious or whatever, but you knew the content, and that's my issue. So when Sammy goes live and say, oh, I talked to Stacey about Val and the fake leg confession, and she boo-boo crying, and she ain't know. I'm like, boo-boo crying? This was something, oh, this old. Boo-boo crying over something she being new? Okay, you're boo-boo crying because of the intent, or you're boo-boo crying because Val said she on her deathbed and she lying? But you thinking it's real? But anyway, let me go ahead and wrap this up. Let me finish the rest of this. I won't tolerate this foolishness. So I believe that this is a case of semantics. But we need to be all on the same page here. Okay. So I would say, look, I knew the contents and the topics and the talking points, and that she was co-signing, but I thought she was acting like it was a mad day. And to be honest, if someone acts like it's a mad day, that's telling you that it's malicious. If someone says they're playing along, then that might be, you know, they're guilty and keep playing along. But you said when she first came to you that she said she did it because she was mad. So on a mad day, and that's malice and maliciousness. So that told you right then and there that it was done with out of malice. So I don't know why you try to like say, oh, well, she first came to me and said she was mad. Well, she told you the truth then. And then she came back. I guess she didn't like that. So she tried to say, well, I was just playing around. I was playing around. And you already said it didn't make no sense. So you already knew this weeks ago. So there's one more. She was never my friend. Friends don't do that. And I agree. She was never your friend. Well, I wouldn't say never your friend. Maybe she started to try to want to be your friend, but then something went crazy or whatever. Okay, let's got one more screenshot and then we'll wrap up. I'm thinking Val's about to die. And I did not know all the details being told to me of what was said on the call. I knew what Val told me about laughing about a fake leg and co-signing my op, speaking on my diagnosis. I did not know all the extra shit or that Val all of a sudden didn't believe my health circumstance. And to this day, more crap is being said. Okay, I already read this. To express it another way, a chef can tell me they made a phenomenal dinner. Sure, I know they are a chef. I'm hungry and trust their expertise. But if I ask what ingredients are in the food and the motherfucker downplays the ingredients or omits certain shit, unbeknownst to me, I end up with food poisoning later. Shame on me for trusting said chef. That's not a good analogy for this situation at all. You already knew what food was. You already knew what food was on your plate. You already knew it was mashed potatoes and gravy and pork chops. Okay, pork chops. However, what you didn't know was that the chef had different intentions for making you the dinner, whether they was trying to make you a dinner that was play or a real dinner. You didn't know the intent behind why the chef was making the meal. That's a better analogy. The plate of food is the same and the ingredients is the same. You just don't know why they're making you the food. That would be a better analogy, the intent. You're still trying to go as to the content when the content, you know, you're not good at this analogy thing either. So that's not it. The content is still the same. You just don't know the intent behind it. If I give you a card for your birthday and I could say, what is my reasoning for doing it or why am I doing it? And, you know, that would be the intent. The content is still there. I think everyone gets it, but I don't know what Stacey is still trying to do. Maybe you'll feel more like a victim if you feel completely blindsided, like this is all new. Maybe to you need to get people to understand why you're reacting this way now. And I would say this: yes, Stacey has the right to be upset, and this is a lot of new information is coming out about Val's true feelings about her and what Val has been doing behind her back. A lot of things happening now. Val has betrayed Stacey. She has right to be upset and concerned. My issue with Stacey is not trying to discredit her from being a victim of Val's betrayal, which she is, and also, you know, to feel like people have been coming behind her or doing this and that. I'm not trying to take that away from her. My issue is that I feel like she's trying to be a bigger victim in some ways, or to be 100% like this is all new and all this or that, when it's not. She was completely aware that her so-called friend was on the phone with ops weeks ago. She chose to forgive this person and give a blanket apology. And then now, fast forward, she has learned more information, has decided not to forgive and not to accept. And to now she wants to to be honest, get revenge, in my opinion. Get revenge. Like, okay, y'all bitches was coming for me, I'm coming for y'all. Y'all bitches were coming for me, I'm coming for y'all. This is like a revenge thing. You know, I'm gonna value it coming for me, you know, I'm gonna get you. And I believe that the moment you realized Val was working with your ops and co-signing your ops, you knew that wasn't right. You knew something was off, and you were suspicious, and you have been cautious and suspicious about it. And I bet the trust went down and dwindled. And this is your, you know, you want your get back on I Don't Get No Bucks, Val, Silk, Roxanne, all of them. And that's why you have been on different panels. You went at Roxanne, Val, you are showing a little stuff towards Val. You want your get back, and I don't blame you. It's a YouTube. You're gonna get your get back and you'll lick back on motherfuckers that was talking behind your back or doing little things, right? However, please don't involve me in your shenanigans. And by involving me is please don't play semantics or games as far as what you knew and what you don't know. Because I spoke to all of you on the phone. At the very beginning, I spoke to everybody on the phone. Not everybody on the phone, but the great majority. Are in the direct messages in some capacity to get kind of the gist of the situation. And the way it was explained to me was that there were already previous discussions and what was already discussed. So to hear Stacey B go on different platforms or talking to different people saying, oh, this is all new, I didn't know nothing. And I have to clarify that's not true. I'm setting the record straight on you knew the content, but not the intent. And that's where I'm getting, okay? So I can understand that you don't know, and you don't know all the details. I'm not trying to take it from you that you don't know all the details. Even tomorrow, you might learn new details. If that whole recording comes out, you'll learn even more details. So I'm not going to take it away from Stacey B that she's always going to be learning new things. And I'm not trying to say that Stacey B knows everything. And I'm not trying to say Stacey B knew everything. All I'm saying is she knew the stuff in the confession. She already knew. Just not maybe the motive or the intent or whether it was real or play. And she says, I hope this helps clear up any confusion about the leg and my knowledge of them discussing my diagnosis. I really don't want to entertain this mess any further. Sad face. Now listen, you did not really clear up on some parts. You helped clear it up by just admitting that you knew stuff weeks ago. But then on other parts, you still try to go back and say, well, if Val confessed, what is she confessing to? And also, I want to say this about Val's confession. Like 5 minutes before Val hit live to confess, I had reached out to Val because I was going to release the recording to try to unload the clip. And I reached out to her as a courtesy to let her know that it's going to be released so she can unload her clip herself. If she gets ahead of it and says, hey, I said all this stuff or whatever, or I said this or that, I said, tell Stacey. And by the way, I told her to tell her privately. I didn't tell Val to hit live. I wouldn't say, oh, go live, Val. People are trying to stop her from going live. I was talking about reach out to Stacey privately and have a conversation about stuff you said on the phone before this leaked. The call is leaked. So Val then hits live, and then she said she confesses to those two things. Okay, just those two things. And then that same day, after she finishes, I go live and release the recording and play Val's live too. And then Stacey later starts saying that it's this all. Sammy goes live and says that she spoke to or reached out to Stacey, and this is all new to Stacey. And I'm like, new. And then I talked to Sammy on the phone. She said, yeah, it was new about the leg. I'm like, the leg ain't new. Because I have messages and I have other proof that the leg thing ain't new. She been new about Val laughing about and saying the fake leg stuff. That's old. And that's how this whole thing started about what's old versus new. And then I see now that I think Stacey's talking about intent. And then Stacey keeps on adding on, well, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. So Stacey does not know everything, and nobody knows everything besides the people on the phone call. Val knows what's on the phone call. Roxanne, I Don't Get No Fucks, and Silk. They know what's on the phone call. We don't know what's on it 100% because it has not all been released yet. Okay? So there are things that we don't know if Val told her everything or not. But when Stacey starts talking about the confession, what we do know is the stuff in that confession video, Stacey already knew. And for the most part, within my recording, Stacey knew too, as far as when it comes to fake cancer and the diagnosis. Okay. So anyways, I hope that brought some clarity on what I mean by this. And I'm pretty much down with this situation. If anyone doesn't really understand what I'm trying to get at when I'm trying to say content versus intent, then maybe you need to just get a piece of paper and a pen, and then watch this live and watch my confession, the Val's confession video, and then look at Stacey B's post, and then you'll see that Val only confessed to 2 things, and Stacey admits that she knew those things already weeks ago before Val confession video. So if you knew it weeks ago for a confession video, that means these are not new topics. So why are you playing like it's new? It's weird. Okay. Now I will give it to her that maybe she is confused about the intent, and now knowing that Val had more of a role or play into the fake cancer, fake diagnosis, instead of just playing around or co-signing or just acting, and that she actually really believed it. So it's gonna be obvious if Val one day said she was acting and playing around, and then the next, well, first she said it was a mad day, she did it on mad day, and then she said she was acting and playing along, and then she makes a confession video acting like she believed it, and then now on Io's panel she goes back to say she was playing around or playing along. So Val's whole stance about why she did it, or her motive keeps on changing. So I would say intent or motive, whichever one you want to say. Val's intent or motive keeps changing, but the content is staying the same in the recording at least. But now outside of that recording, there have been panel discussions and behind the scene conversations where more stuff has been revealed, such as the My Chart, which is also new. Anyways, I love y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed the live and got some clarity on these 2 situations. And I don't really plan on speaking on this Stacey semantic shit anymore. I did 2 lives trying to explain my position. And as far as Val and her health, I'm not speaking on this anymore unless I'm called a liar on something, or then I have to pull out some receipts. So I'm kind of leaving it right there. And I am working on something else that's a part of this, but we will see what comes of it. That I think will bring more clarity as well. But for now, I'm going to leave this right here, and hopefully some of this stuff will die down as far as it pertains to me. But I'll be honest, if something else comes through my inbox, which I don't know if it will or not, then that could kind of, clear things up a little bit more, but we'll see if it actually happens or not. Anyways, I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next live. And for everyone on the replay, please hit that like button.
Calling me, Cups. We're not gonna do it. Cups, I sent you a message. Cups, I sent you a message in the DM. I'm not going to do it. You're sitting up here laughing about what you need $25,000 for. Sis, me and you was behind the scenes trying to make things a reality. We were supposed to have been helping the community. We were supposed to have been building women up. You're not on that. And it stops here. 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 Calling me, Cups. We're not going to do it. Cups, I sent you a message. Cups, I sent you a message in the DM. I'm not going to do it. You're sitting up here laughing about what you need $25,000 for. Give your motherfucking permission.
I'm not going to be yelled at. Take that.
Okay, so you didn't. Goodbye. How can I help you?
Hey, love, peace.
Give your motherfucking permission.
I'm not going to be yelled at. Take that.
Okay, so you didn't. Goodbye.
Yeah. It's that. Dance on them. Don't stop. Yeah, don't stop. Yeah, man. Watch me twerk, I'm bad. Twerk it, bend it. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Dance on them, dance on them. I'm a bad girl and I don't give a fuck. Don't care, I don't give a fuck. A bad girl and I don't give a fuck. Never did. Body bad, face bad, bad did. Watch me twerk, twerk, I'm bad. Shake it, throw it back, I'm bad. Watch me dance, twerk, I'm bad. Dance on them, dance on them. Don't stop, 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 don't stop. I'm a bad girl. A real bad girl. Real one. He want me cause I'm bad. He want it. You looking cause I'm bad. Yeah, you looking. Glossy lips, curvy hips, I'm bad. I'm popping, you hating, I'm bad. Pressure. You want me to care so bad. So bad. You want me to like you so bad. Keep wishing, but I don't give a fuck. Don't care. Watch me twerk, twerk, I'm bad. Twerk it, bend it, bend it. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Dance on them, ayy, ayy, dance on them, ayy, ayy, dance on them, ayy, ayy, dance on them. Don't stop. Yo, ask me if I give a fuck. The answer is no, I don't give a fuck at all. I'm too bad to give a fuck. Too bad. I'm too hard to give a fuck. Stay mad and stay pressed. Stay pressed. I'm happy and blessed. Blessed up. Stress free, living lovely. Fuck my enemies. Ain't a friend of me. Never heard of me. Always watching me. Stay talking about me. Keep talking. I hope you like the view. Look at it. I know your man do. Yup. That's why you mad, but I don't give a fuck. Not one. Hands up if you don't give a fuck. Hands up. Hands up. Lighters up if you don't give a fuck. Light it up. Twerk if you don't give a fuck. Twerk it. Dance if you don't give a fuck. Dance on them. Light. Watch me twerk. I'm bad. Twerk it. Bend it. Bend it. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Dance on them, dance on them. I'm a bad girl and I don't give a fuck. Don't care, I don't give a fuck at all. Bad girl and I don't give a fuck. Never did. Body bad, face be hair neat. Watch me twerk, I'm bad. Shake it, throw it back, I'm bad. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Run it, dance on them, ayy, dance on them. Dance on them, dance on them. Don't stop, don't stop. Dance on them, dance on them. Don't stop, don't stop.